Alright, everybody, welcome back to Odyssey of the Dragonlords. In the last session that happened a while ago, IRL always gets in the way. The party managed to, do a bit of a circuit around the Swirling Gulf. Not having visited all the islands, but at least the ones that they deemed pertinent. After which they decided that it's about time they return to Mytros at least for a little bit. Having acquired weapons such as Titan's Bane and two more allies in the shape of, the already acquired Steros, and now his father, Brunt, who are now both in the ship of the Ultros. Sadly, there's not enough space to go around the Ultros, with the addition of not just the two giants, but also the Central Warriors from Scorpion Island. The Ultros getting a little bit crowded.
I can't hear anything. What the frick is going on with my headset?
There's something happen? Okay. With that thought in mind, the party decided that it would be wise for them to return to Mytros, disembark some of the individuals around, and as well as acquire more supplies and other cargo, with the idea that they'll be able to, get back out there no sooner than a single day in the city, perhaps. However, their way was interrupted. A couple of days into the journey back to the mainland, they were intercepted by a group of individuals who were drifting away in a small ship, singing some very beautiful songs. The individuals, equally as beautiful, asked the party if they would be willing to let them hop on their ship. They were all creatures that were capable of, living in the water to some extent. But they thought that it would be fun for them to, hop on the shore. Not hop on the shore, hop on the ship, rather. For at least for a little bit before they had to part ways. Turns out, these individuals didn't have the best interests of the party in mind, as they quickly revealed themselves to be hags, a coven of sea hags that, after dropping their disguise, started casting mind-altering and body-altering magics on the party, in order to, make off with one of them in the shape of a crab. However, things didn't go the way the hags planned, as, in accordance to some previously agreed upon course of action, things just went completely haywire here. One of the hacks is currently dead, but the rest are still trying to do what they can to salvage the situation. We'll see how this plays out, in their favor or in the party's favor, as I will move you guys back to the map. Here we go. And also, I said this to everybody else before, but for the sake of the audience, if there's some wind hitting my mic, it's hot as shit. I have a fan turned on. So, if the audio suddenly spikes, that's probably because of that. So, here we go. Moving you guys back to the Ultras. Okay, give me just a second while I move on to the encounter music.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the order. What's next? Hey, what's up, Cat?
Okay, here we go. So, we are at the top of initiative. For a reminder, the one who casted the polymorph effect on Exandri has been dealt with by Drakgar. The one who's casted the original suggestion, mass suggestion on the party is still alive and still concentrating on it. What's it called? Those of you who are charmed or under the effects of the suggestion can't actually target the one who charmed you, as per the rules of charm magic effects. However, that doesn't apply to those who succeeded or who weren't even targeted by the mass suggestion to begin with, such as Pythor, God of Battle, right here. Let's see. He will begin to look down over at where he tossed Drakgar at, and he will say, "Are you faring over there, my child? Where is your sister? I cannot see her under the water."
You fell off the boat. There, she's off the boat.
Curses. Well, if you can, find her. Drakgar, you're still like, nah man, I want to sleep. But go ahead, continue, sorry.
My
Dad,
God.
I'm sleepy. 5 more minutes.
Do you respond in any way to Pythor?
No, never mind. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay. This isn't one of those you conveniently forgot so you can avoid role-playing, right?
I don't know.
Okay. Tired pause. In that case, well, Pythor, having to now fight individuals who are not bound by the Oath of Peace, like he is, proceeds to very quickly, or slowly rather, draw what appears to be a massive, sort of like mithril great axe from his back. It's almost as if he kind of just produces it, it appears in his hand, but does the motion of drawing it from his back. It's about to go down, maybe. He is gonna look over at you, Derek, who are also not affected by the suggestion, and says, "I don't suppose you want me to toss you down there so you can practice those great axe skills that I taught you, would you?"
Yes, let's do it.
Oh god.
Then hold on. With one hand, he's gonna grab onto you. What's it called? As the other one, draws the great axe. He is then going to take 2 steps back, and then take a running start to make it all the way to the boat. What's it called? So yeah, he would move 5, 10, 20, 25, 25. Okay, so he will tell you, Drakgar, because you're still on the ship with the hags. "Hold on to something, my child." As he will then, after moving back 10 feet, make a running start, grabbing onto Derek as he jumps all the way to the ship. What's it called?
Actually had that spell.
20, and then with his he has 30 strength, so he can jump the straight distance all the way down to the ship. This, of course, rocks the boat completely. And I need you, Drakgar, and the hacks to make me a strength saving throw. Derek, you're exempt for this because you're flying in with Pythor.
Flying. I knew it could do it.
Well, not really flying. You fell with style.
That's how I do, right, Kitty?
Yeet.
So you succeed. Let's see about the 2 hags.
Falls off the boat. XDD.
Second hag succeeds, but the first one is you see as when the ship kind of tilts with the sheer impact of Pythor's landing. It kind of flings off one of the hags as it falls into the water. This one has not been concentrating on any spells at the moment, but they are now in the water. I'm gonna put this little wavy symbol to indicate that they're in the water. Same as Exandria. I need to remember to do that. There we go. Pythor technically changed his first attack for the grapple on Derek to bring him closer, so he only has one attack left. He moved 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 40. Oof. He actually just used enough of his movement to be able to drag Derek right there, so instead he's gonna dash as he moves closer to the remaining hag, who quivers in the presence of the god of battle. But otherwise, that was... actually, no. He has to stay a little bit back. Here we go. My back. Sorry. That is it for Pythor. Derek, it's your turn.
Well, let's see. One. There's space over here behind her. At the edge of the boat.
A little bit, yes. Yeah, I'll say there's still enough space for you to stand there.
Okay, so I'll be there. This will be count as a flank. And
yes, you would be flanking with Drakgar. Well, actually, Drakgar is not.
Oh my
He's
God.
charmed by the hag, so he doesn't count her as an enemy. So you wouldn't benefit from flanking.
Oh, it's fine, and I'll just swing with the X of Xander if. Oh, I don't have it here on my attack things.
I thought I added the macro for you.
It's Mikkel's Lance, Shatter, Baptismal, Thunder, Step.
Give me a second. You should have it as a macro. I don't know why it's not there. I'm opening your sheet. Just give it a moment because the routine sometimes lags when sheets are being opened. Okay, here we go. I'm adding the Axe of Sander to your inventory. It should be right there at the bottom of your macro list.
Fury. Alright, then I will take I already got it now. I will now take a swing with the X of Xandor. Towards the hag.
19 will hit.
And damage, let's go, buddy.
Dealing 12 points of slashing damage onto the hag. Mark those down. And has to make her con save, maintain concentration on mass suggestion. Which she makes.
God damn.
What's it called? She... I forgot, she was also under the effects of slow, so she can't really move too well anywhere. But yes, you swing with the Axe of Sander that is still very heavy in your hands. As someone who only has 10 strength, it's difficult for you to actually wave it around. But you manage to actually land a solid strike onto like the backside of the of the hag, kind of leaving this nasty gash across it. If she was a titan or a giant, that probably would have been an even worse type of wound. But sadly, she's still maintaining concentration on this spell, and she turns around and looks at you with utter disdain. That was your action. Anything else? Bonus action?
Let's see. Could I use a bardic inspiration here? Just give it to somebody. Who would I give it to? Porunga sleeping, basically. I mean, Kyra's the only one actually going to do something. But as of right now, I don't know if Dandra is still under control of the mass suggestion, correct?
You know,
because that was a crabby.
Yes, you know, Exandri did actually survive resisted the original mass suggestion casting. She is, however, underwater, and she probably can't hear you. Or rather, she can hear very muffled stuff of what's happening above the surface.
Then I'll I'll scream out saying, "Hey, Xandra, get your bird wings out of the water and try to do something." And that's technically my bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Whoa.
We're gonna say that you can kind of hear Derek say something. At the very least, you hear his tone of voice say a word that you believe is your name, Xandri. It just again is very muffled from below the surface of the water. So we'll count that you are able to be targeted through bardic inspiration because not that deep into the water. There we go.
If she floated down all to the bottom, then that'd be a problem.
Yeah, if it was if it were like 20 or something feet down, you know, that would probably be more difficult for you. But yeah.
Also, like 10 feet down.
Yes, you're only 10 feet down. That's why. Yeah, that's why I say if you were like 20, that you wouldn't be able to hear anything. But yeah. What's it called? So that's your action. You attack. Bonus action, burning inspiration. Any more movement you want to use or not?
No, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
In that case, moving on to the sea hags. The one that's considering a mass suggestion. First of all, she will look over at Drakgar, who's still under the effects of the suggestion, and looks down at the one of her own members of her coven that was cut down by Drakgar. Kind of gives him like the like a mean stink eye. But otherwise, she's going to like shake her head, looks back at you, Derek, and she's gonna have to aim this properly. She is going to cast a lightning bolt. What's it called? At you, Derek. Actually, she's gonna aim this a little bit better.
Right to my heart.
She doesn't want to get close to Pythor. You know what? Yeah. She's gonna move as farther away from Pythor as she can. Because she's under the effects of slow, she has to roll a d20 to see if the spell even goes off. What's it called? 19, I believe that makes it. Let me double check. Slow. Slow. Spell concerns on a d20 on an 11 or higher. The spell doesn't take effect. Hold on. Let me. Did I read that correctly? So okay. So here's what happens. The hag looks at you, Derek, and kind of like you see as she begins to cast her lightning bolt that you've seen her cast before. But then it seems like the slow effect from Kyra's wild magic surge earlier kind of made it so that she's kind of charging it in slow motion. It's kind of like how, Goku takes like an eternity to fire the camera. She's charging it, but it's coming, but not this turn. It is delayed until the start of her next turn. So that's it for that sea hag. Second sea hag, who is in the water. Because she's in the water, she looks up, looks at Pythor. She doesn't want to deal with that. Looks down in the water, sees you, Xandri, who are now, you who are back at the, in your, in your humanoid form.
Wait, you can see under the boat?
Well, she was knocked into the water, like I said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she looks at you, Xandri, who are now obtaining your, your humanoid form, and you see as the gills around her neck begin to flare up as she is going to be casting a spell underwater. I need you to make me a what is she gonna do? I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
You got this.
I just gotta get there. like how her teammates are talking to her. She's just fucking underwater.
Oof.
I could use Pumo's Bardic Inspiration, right?
You could. Do you want to?
Is it a D8? Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Jesus. It's an 11.
So bad.
What's it called? You are now under the effects of Phantasmal Killer. I'm gonna put what it does in the chat.
Wish I could hit that.
You are now frightened. You see within proximity of you a manifestation of your deepest fears, and it's only visible to you. What's it called? At the end of your next turn, the end of your next turn, you can repeat the Wisdom saving throw to end the frightening condition, but if you fail it, you'll take 4d10 psychic damage. The end
You're
of
becoming king of Mytros. That's your beer.
There we
That's
go.
at the end of my turn, right?
The end of your next turn, yes. I believe, let me read this correctly. Or take, I believe right now the spell, the damage doesn't trigger. It is only if you fail it again at the end of your next turn. But you are frightened, therefore you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay.
So, well, I'll ask you, what does the manifestation of Exandri's deepest fears look like?
Let's go.
Pumo sitting on the throne as king. Derek sitting on the throne as king.
There was some player bleed there for a moment. What's it called? So, you see the visage of Derek, King of Mytros. You know, as he sits upon the gilded throne of Acastus. What's it
We're all
called?
burning behind them.
Okay. You know, the world is burning. What's it called? But yes, you would see this manifestation, you know, of your deepest fears. I don't believe it's a specific location of where it appears, but you know, you'll be able to see it in front of your eyes. Alright, so yeah, she's concentrating on Phantasmal Killer. She's then gonna move away from, you know, from that area. Let's see. She has a swim speed of 40 feet. What's it called? Actually, yeah, she's gonna move away. 5, 10, 15, 20. Moving over here. 15. She will proc an up attack from Pythor. Let's see if this hits.
Probably does.
I believe that does. Oof, 20 points of slashing damage on the hag as Pythor sees her like swim away under the surface of the water and just kinda says, "You're not escaping this place alive," as he swings a fucking axe slash you know, at the hag, and she fucking yells in pain, and he follows that up by saying, not after trying to bring harm to my children."
The Dragon knew that cared. Wow.
There we go. That actually does break the concentration on Phantasmal Killer, because you failed the Constitution saving throw. So you're no longer frightened, Exandri. What's it called? But after receiving that fucking nasty slash from Pythor, she is going to use the rest of her fucking swing speed to move the remaining 20 feet all the way over here. She's trying to make a run for it, or rather a swim for it. Centaur. She's gonna try and take 2 shots at the hack who's concentrating on mass suggestion. Drawing their longbow. First one hits. Why is it not rolling damage? Well, whatever. I'm gonna roll it manually, I guess. Yeah.
Do you roll damage?
is
Imaginary damage.
is true damage. It ignores the defenses. So that's 8 points of piercing damage on the sea hag who's very slowly casting a lightning bolt. What's it called? Who has to make a con save for that? Oh, I accidentally rolled the centaur's con save. My bad. Supposed to be the hags. Wow.
Christ.
Okay, she's still constraining my suggestion.
You're bad now.
Porunga. So long, farewell.
Is there like a?
You're feeling sleepy.
Is there a saving throw that
I believe with suggestion. Let me reread the description of that. With mass suggestion. If you or any of your companion damage a creature affected by this spell. I believe you can't make the save at the end of your turn. It has to actually, you have to actually complete the requirements of the suggestion, or someone has to make the caster drop concentration. So sadly, there is no save at this.
Really I can do.
It's not save at this moment, but if you were to take damage, you will be able to repeat the saving throw. Sadly, at this point, right now, what you feel is that you've had a long day. It's time to take a step back. You would hear in the back of your mind something, ask Estor Calander's voice go. All right, trust me on this one. Let me take over. I can get us out of this situation.
Do it. Just do it one time.
Nah, I think my friends got it, but
you're not yourself at the moment, man. Listen to me.
I think we got this, bro.
There's a sound of frustration and annoyance from Estor Calander's ghosts.
He's 1v3, bro. Come on.
Alright, so move yourself to what route Porunga would take to go take a rest. So, you will be doing that. Exandri, it is your turn. You failed, but also immediately got out of the Phantasmal Killer.
I like shake my head because I never want to see that image again. And I'll swim 10 feet up and stand on the water. And then can I move to here on top of the water, notch my arrow, and shoot the person next to Derek?
Yes.
I have to say, guys, you ruin all the fun plans. Why are there so many of you on a ship? A baby little ship. I could have taken care of it on my own. But I appreciate the assistance.
Considering you failed the 2 saving throws against the 2 spells they casted on you. But yeah, 19 hits.
Don't worry. I legit had a way to get rid of them. Everybody went onto the ship.
19 hits. Roll me damage.
Sure. 1. 10.
So 10 points of damage total. She has to make the con save against to maintain concentration on mass suggestion, which she fails. What's the call? She fails the con save against mass suggestion. Oh, actually, I forgot. I should have rolled a wisdom save on her behalf too at the end of her turn to get out of the slow effect, which she did. So she's no longer slowed. What's it called? So she fails the concentration against mass suggestion. That means that those of you who are afflicted by mass suggestion come to your senses and realize, wait a moment, I don't want to go to sleep. Those hags did something to us. what's it called? She yells out in pain, and then what did you say you were doing, Xenry?
I will cast Cupid's bow suggestion or charm person or whatever it is.
It is the charm effect. Let's see. Does she have? She doesn't have advantage on this for whatever reason. No, she does not. All right. So here we
she
go.
took the full 10 damage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
14. What is the DC for the bow?
I actually think that beats it. Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up. What is it under again? Dude, it's been so long.
Short is in the treasures folder in the journal. Should be as short bow of cupidity.
Found it. Treasures. Short bow. I'm pretty sure 14 is it, but I just.
I did just read it now. It does say DC 14, so she just makes it.
Okay.
So sadly, she makes the saving throw against the charm effect, but she looks terrified because now the suggestion is off. One of her coven members is dead, and the other one is seemingly making a break for it. So she looks around, like very terrified, but you can tell in her eyes she's maybe planning something, some form of to get out of this situation. That's your action. Any bonus actions?
Nah. That's it.
Okay. In that case, I noticed, Bouxfhades, you're here. Are you here?
Yeah, barely, but yeah.
Not sure what barely means, but, what's it called? The suggestion effect, disappeared. The hag who casted it failed a concentration check. So, you come to your senses in that sort of like shade that you picked for yourself in the, in underneath the first deck. And, you're like, wait a moment, I'm not tired yet. Bless. So, what do you do?
I kind of shake my head and I get up and I'm like, what the hell just happened? And then I guess I'm gonna move back over to the edge of the boat to see what has happened since I was out of order. So I'm gonna move 5-10 feet. I guess it's 15 the edge of the boat. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? And I wait for responses.
Does anybody respond?
Oh, just your average day out at sea.
Yes, tuck, can't fall, and whatever.
I noticed that there's.
Really?
I noticed that there's one still on the end of the boat. And considering that everybody else is in the boat, I am just gonna shoot at it with my short bow, or what is it? A short bow? What is mine? Hold on, I don't have my character sheet up yet. I think it's a short bow.
Do you have a short bow?
Or no, it's a light bow. I think it's a light bow. I can't remember. Hold on.
You mean light crossbow?
Light crossbow. Sorry, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. So
So yeah.
You can try to shoot with your light crossbow. You could also try to toss a javelin. Whatever other range means of attack you have.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna shoot my light crossbow at it.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm assuming that hits.
Yeah, it does hit. Yes.
And then do I still get 2 attacks even though it's I don't know how I've never used my ranged attacks. So I still get 2.
With crossbows are a little bit finicky because they have the reloading property.
Right.
Meaning that unless you have a specific feat for this, you can only make 1 crossbow attack per turn.
Okay, that's fine. I just didn't, like I said, I wasn't sure on that one. Yeah, I'm just gonna pop it and be like, hey, that wasn't very nice. Get him, Drak.
Takes 4 points of damage. Alright. She looks at you again. She's getting very, very desperate. But is there anything else you want to do, Bouxfhades?
No, I'm just gonna stand here and look pretty.
Okay. In that case, Kyra, at the start of her turns, I need to roll a d4. There is another wild magic search from Kyra. Need to roll D100.
Didn't she get 76 last time?
She might have. Let me double check. Well, actually,
I swear she got 76 last time.
Is from the Wand of Wonder. Let me put her feature up once again while I'm pulling out the table.
No, she rolled a 2. I don't know where I got 70. I swear someone rolled a 76 at some point.
Oh, this is a bad one. Let's see.
That's not good.
Fireball!
You would be correct.
Do it! Do it!
Oh no.
Is it working now? Oh, there we go. Now it's working.
You'll be correct. Because of her mischief trait, cast Fireball. Only want to wonder.
I can read it for some reason.
The allies are never targeted with the effects of Lightning Bolt, Fireball, or Petrification.
Wait, what?
Meaning that it just creates an explosion, and the explosion bends around you all. What's it called? So, you... Actually, does DC Hack still have some counter spells? Because that's gonna be really bad if she lets it go through. This will the Sea Hag will use her last 3rd level spell slot to counterspell that, because she does not want that happening. She notices the streak of fire begin to appear from Kyra's body, and Kyra, you know, says to you guys, "Oh, this might get very loud." And you know, as the streak of fire begins to manifest, the Sea Hag looks around and is just like, "Oh no, 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 no!" And she snaps her fingers, and the fire spell disappears. That was the start of Kyra's turn. She still has her action, which now that everybody's outside of the effects of the suggestion, she's gonna use to cast Song of Heroism. Kyra performs a little ditty to give you all the ability to re-roll 1 dice of your choice until the start of her next turn. Go get her.
I was gonna say, is mischief part of her character, or is it more
mischief starts is like a trait of hers that happens every whenever she enters combat. What's it called?
Does this roll?
Go ahead.
Does this run in a family?
You're not sure. As far as you're aware, Kyra hasn't had children. What's it called?
Drakgar, Sandra, sausage.
Here's
Her daughter?
Here's the thing. Now that everybody's within 30 feet of or starting their turn rather, within 30 feet of the Sea Hag, a particular feature comes into play now that you guys have line of sight on her. What's it called? Which is her horrifying appearance. A humanoid that starts her turn within 30 feet of the Hag and has a line of sight of her true form must make a DC 11 Wisdom save or become frightened. Drakgar, you start your turn within line of sight and within 30 feet of her. So I need you at the start of your turn to make me a Wisdom save.
Just use your reroll. I'm pretty sure you fail.
Oh, that's me. There we go.
There we go. You make it.
I guess I did twice. Okay. I don't know why my computer's being so stupid today.
You make the Wisdom save, so you are not affected by the horrifying appearance. So go ahead.
If it lets me, my computer's being dumb for some reason.
Strike her down.
Wapow! Holy!
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously that hits. So 22. Okay. How do you want to do this?
I swing my axe at the hag, and then I hit it so hard that it kind of like golf swing, then it flies in the air and then falls in the water.
Well, hold on. What flies in the air and what falls in the water?
I basically I hit it and then it falls in the water.
So you mean you're hitting
Hit
it
it with
with
my
the
axe and it
with the
yeah,
blunt
and then
side
falls in the
of
water.
the axe.
Wow.
Okay. I just want to make sure if you were aiming for that to be a kill shot or not. What's it called? So you kind of bring your axe, kind of swing it in a very awkward position to kind of make it like a golf swing. Turn, the axe around like on its flat side so that, you can maximize the impact. And with a thunderous thud, you hit the hag as she falls back into the water, seemingly incapacitated now.
Whatever happened.
Broke
after
every
is
bone
not
in
my
her body.
problem.
Thankfully, she's an amphibious creature and therefore can breathe underwater, so she's not at risk of drowning, though she's unconscious. So,
God damn it,
that's your
Dragonlord.
first attack.
Just at risk of dying, starving at sea.
Yeah, I mean, no Batman logic. Anyway, Drakgar, you have, that was your first attack on your turn. You have your second attack, and you do see the other hag beginning to swim away in the distance. She's a bit underneath the surface, but you can still target her with something. You have the means to do so.
Oh, I didn't even see that one. I wasn't zoomed out
It's
far
probably
enough.
too far, but I'm gonna YOLO a regular javelin anyways.
Okay, you, I believe, are outside the effective range of a javelin throw, so you would be throwing at disadvantage.
Closer.
And then I can't recklessly the javelin. Oh, which is
no.
unfortunate. Damn, I'm gonna still try it.
Oh!
Oh wait, that
18.
divine
Finish.
strike doesn't proc. So it takes 6 off that.
I
Damage.
like how Drac and I both have divine powers coming off of our attacks.
11
Runs in the family, I guess.
plus 5,
Uh,
6.
The,
So
let
it'd
me
only be
double
10 damage.
Let me double check. So does rage also proc on javelin throws?
Oh, I know Divine Fury was only supposed to be the first attack, but I forgot to uncheck that, so that would be -6 anyways, but...
Let me double check. Could you put rage in the chat real quick?
He could rage and poke the other hag to death.
If I can find it.
Okay, so when using melee, when using a bonus to a melee weapon attack using strength, you gain a bonus to damage roll increase as you gain levels.
Only for 5.
So it's only, yeah, it would only be the first, the 5 points of damage. Alright, well, yeah, I mean, that's still damage. The javelin kind of flies and it kind of lands into the water in such an angle that you kind of believe you hit her. You see, streaks of, like, red begin to, appear around the point of the water where the javelin fell.
That'll be it for me.
So that's your 2 attacks. The soldiers, I believe last turn they fired the ballista, so they will need to use this turn to reload it. What's it called? It takes 3 actions to reload the ballista. Pythor will look over at you guys and say, "What of the last one? Do we pursue her?"
No.
I said we let her go.
I'm not
I
willing
don't
to
think
get
she's
away.
worth it.
It is worth it. Shush.
So she can tell her friends who not to mess with.
He,
Well,
I would
Dead,
say
everyone's
we
unconscious in the water,
finish her,
guys.
but Porunga's the captain, so I'll listen to him.
Pythor looks around and looks over at Alexandri, who is like drenched in water. What's it called? And says, "You're going to catch a cold, my child. You best get yourself warmed up to the ship."
Go to the egg.
Yes, father. I just fly up to the ship.
So are you guys letting the last hag go?
No, I'm not. Screw that.
Well,
That's why the team decides
am not.
let it go.
Actually, we should probably loot the boat.
I'll leave the boat, but I won't leave the hag though.
Pythor is just gonna ready an action in case the hag tries something from that distance. What's it called? The action will be to toss something at her. But Derek, you said you're not letting her go. So what are you doing?
Yep. I'm gonna use my last level 4 spell slot. I'm gonna cast Rahim Psychic Lance since it failed the first time.
Okay. Oof, that was very unfortunate damage. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I guess. She's supposed to get her attention on run away.
I'll use my cutting words just in case. Never mind, it's fine. She died.
Damn.
But in the end,
dies, it's
it
fine.
doesn't even matter. What's it called? She takes 18 points of psychic damage and is incapacitated, but that was actually not enough to kill her. You see her go like limp,
Damn it.
like right underneath the surface of the water. But she don't believe you got her. She just seems to stop for a bit.
Also, there's nobody else's turn. Can I keep going?
I mean, assuming nobody
Nobody
else
else will do
is doing anything to, attempt to stop the hag. What's it called? Because, all the other hags are dead. She's incapacitated, so she can't do anything. I guess, well, what is everyone's call? You guys see that Derek is pursuing, or at the very least, continuing to fire attacks at the retreating hag. Do you guys do anything, or just let him do it, or...
Eric, just let it go.
I just roll my eyes and say, whatever you want to do, bro.
Yeah, let's go. We got stuff we gotta do.
Alright, fine. I cast Shatter.
Okay.
As I walk away, level 3.
Well, I mean, yeah, because everyone's turns would, assuming you guys won't do anything to stop him. Unless somebody counters Derek, question mark. What's it called?
Let me learn counter real quick. No, I'm just kidding.
I counter by drowning.
So you cast...
Just go to sleep,
Actually,
go to sleep,
let
go
me
to
double
sleep.
check something, because she's underwater. Does that do anything for thunder damage?
Wouldn't that amplify it?
That's what I'm trying to check. Let's see, rules for underwater thunder damage.
If anything, we should get some fish.
Right?
Here's like that scene on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Reading stuff.
When he puts the bug zapper in the water.
As far as I can tell, there's no specific additional effect that takes place when thunder damage is used on another underwater target, according to Jeremy Crawford. What's it called? So it just works as normally. She has to make a con save.
Dead.
It's because it's not a current. Lightning can hit water.
I use cutting words. I use cutting words on that.
Okay.
But still. Is it a 1d8? I think, right?
Yes, 1d8.
She failed automatically, it's
Yeah,
fine.
so she fails 8, and she takes 16
it's
points of thunder damage. How do you want to do this?
I just glance, point my finger, like, all right, let's go, guys. And I quickly just glance, point my finger, and you see a lightning bolt just strike her down.
Well, it would be thunder.
Yeah,
it would be like a thunderous wave just kind of emanates from the point where the incapacitated hag is at, and just kind of makes this segment of the water sink and then, explode. What's it called? And you guys would see, I guess, considering how you described it, I assume that was a kill shot, so you guys would see, yes, chunks of hag come flying out of the thunderous explosion.
Oopsies. too strong.
And with that, we are out of initiative.
You sure the other hag can't drown?
I'm going by what it says in their stat log. They're amphibious, so they can breathe air and water.
Hey, did we lose a rowboat?
Didn't you
Yeah.
lose a rowboat? Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't we? We're a team. Didn't
I
we
think-
lose a
no.
rowboat?
Didn't you?
Well, hey, guess what, guys? I found
Was
us
it-
a rowboat to replace the one we lost.
Wasn't it at the first island?
Is it good enough shape?
Yeah, when he lighthouse notified them to the boat's location. Yeah.
Rest in peace, dinghy number 1.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Oh no, that one was dinghy number 2. Yeah, rest in peace, dinghy number 2.
Actually, if we go back, we can
So
still
this-
pick it up. I'm sure it's still there.
This is Dinghy 2.2.
Yeah, this is dinghy 3.0. Now we're taking it with us.
We got alright then, fine. We don't got any space for it, but sure.
Well, we have a spot where the old dinghy was.
Alright, just saying.
Wasn't it
Let's
tied up
go.
to the side of the ship anyways?
I want to investigate the ship.
Over here.
Dinghy.
Alright, I'm
Okay,
gonna
give
levitate
me-
The loot.
Give me a second.
back to the
real
ship.
quick. Uh,
and
Alright,
jump
so
over.
you're wanting to investigate. Sorry, you're wanting to investigate the ship, right? Well, it's not really a ship, it's like a oversized rowboat. Oh, let me turn down the music part a little bit. What specifically are you looking for here, or just you're trying to make like a quick once over of the thing?
Well, I'm curious because they sounded like they raided the people before. So do they have like any trinkets or bobbits or magical items or items worth any money that they have collected from doing the same shit to other sailors?
Make me an investigation
My
check.
brother said he was helping as well.
Would it be an advantage, or would we both have to do an investigation?
You would both have to do, because I don't believe either of you are proficient in this.
Bam! Ooh, double 8.
Oh, never mind.
But
I'm not even down there.
so bad. I jumped away. I wonder if I actually was good enough for investigation. Hold up.
Because remember, keep in mind the
Oopsies,
ship,
I left.
the Ultros itself is like significantly taller than the boat. You would have to, unless you could teleport all the way there. You would have to be like thrown down a rope, to actually be able to climb back up. Those of you who can't, fly. What's
Let's
it called? With those investigation checks, as far as anything like magical or something you believe could be like magical, is around, not really. Nothing really like glimmers, with that sort of like innate, like magical Python can throw Drakgar low. Yeah, he probably could. What's it called?
Oh yeah, I can use detect magic as well.
What's it called? Well, what I was gonna say that you do describe is what appears to be discarded sort of like clothing items of sorts that seem to have belonged to a wide variety of individuals. You don't see bodies as far as your move around all the like overgrown like seaweed and moss that covers the the boat, but you don't see bodies. You do see the discarded clothing. You would find what appears to be sort of like very mundane looking sort of like trinkets and personal possessions that perhaps belong to to the previous individuals who may have fallen for their scheme. You don't believe any of them have like a super high value, besides the emotional one, I guess. But you could take them with you if you wish.
Yeah, we'll grab them just in case.
See,
Hey Dad.
Pythor kind of banishes the mithril great axe from his hand and looks over and says, "Yes, what is it, my child?"
Could we, since we already lost one of our rowboats. Do you think we could take this one as well? It's got quite a
Hmm.
nice camouflage aspect to it.
He looks down. He looks down at the point where he fell on the boat, which does have a like a crack, in the woodwork. Not irreparable, but it could take a little bit to potentially bring it like up to par, I guess, with the other one, the other robot that you guys still have left.
I mean, we are going back to Mytros. I think we could get that small crack fixed.
Well, it's not really small crack, but yeah, you believe it could be potentially fixed. What's it called? Pythor looks around. What do you say?
I said I'm not trying to give my dad a fat, hefty complex.
I mean, well, he is like a big dude who fell from 30 feet above onto a fucking like a robot. So yeah, that would leave some structural damage. What's it called? He will look around and kind of seems to shrug and says, "Besides the small damage here, I believe this could potentially be still useful. We might need to clean it up, make sure that no seaweed is around here, unless you want to keep it for whatever reason. I can't imagine it smelling well after a couple of days."
Well, that's fine. I think the seaweed gives it a nice camouflage aspect for when we have to pull it up on land.
I suppose that could be useful, if under the right circumstances. Assuming a stealth mission is what you're trying to do again. He looks over at the soldiers. And says, "We're bringing this one with us. Send out some ropes." The soldiers, at this point, they were just about done loading the ballista when the conflict kind of ended, and then they kind of look at each other like, sure. And one of them says, "Right away, sir," as they will begin to load up some ropes in order to pull up the rowboat. What's it called? Besides that, you look ahead of you in the ocean, and it doesn't seem like there's anything between you and your next destination.
To like,
Hold on, I need to pause recording real quick. Here we go.
you're dealing with computer issues today.
In that case, so yes. Besides grabbing the boat with you guys, do you guys do anything else?
While Zandria is doing whatever
sorry,
it is,
I missed it. But did they find anything in the boat?
Just personal effects that belong to the previous victims of the hacks. It doesn't seem like anything specifically of value, or at least not at at first glance.
I help pull the boat in since we're taking it with us to replace the one that we lost.
All right, I'm just gonna remove it, but we'll say that it's now on the ship.
It's dubbed Dinghy 2.5.
Dinghy 2.5.
All right, you were gonna say
green
something,
dinghy.
Derek?
Oh, well, so since Zandria is still doing whatever she does over there, I'm gonna quickly go downstairs and then take my egg and then put my egg next to her other egg. You don't want
Your
me in her
egg is
room.
already next to my egg, bro. What do you mean?
No, I didn't mean no. I took it to my room. Remember when we had the interaction? I just showed you my egg and then I left.
And then you broke into my room to put your egg with my egg and almost caught my hands.
No, I didn't do that. That did not happen.
It's already next to my egg, bro. Promise.
Just in case, I'll do it anyway. Okay? I'll just do it anyway.
I mean,
I'll still do it anyway.
in case you guys may have forgotten, there is a bronze coffer that is sized appropriately for to house a bunch of dragon eggs. That is somewhere in the ship. That's where Kyra suggested you should keep the eggs at all times until they hatch, of course.
She was by the door when that happened.
So, I mean, well, she just did it a while ago, but yeah. I stand aside and watch. Glad it's over with. Alright. Besides just kind of, winding down from the conflict with your newly gained rowboat, I guess, you guys will be able to make it to your destination after, a couple more days of travel. For a total of 3, somebody keep track of that, and I need to keep track of another thing in the background, because...
Yeah, I'm keeping track of it.
Because with these last 3 days of travel, here we go, that it takes you guys to get from the island of Themis to to the heartlands, well, to the mainland of Thylea. That will be enough days for the Staff of Healing to have been crafted. It's just a matter of it being delivered to you by Vulcan.
Perfect. Also, Wizzy Lizzy at this time learns his trip attack, and the Centaurs also learn basic history of Mytros. I mean, Telia,
Well, I did say you...
according to your rule packet thingy.
Yes. Well, I mean, they learned something. There are a couple of things. What's it called? They have, like I said, limited knowledge of what happens in the mainland, and you yourself, I don't believe, are proficient in history, so you just kind of try your best here. What's it called? Hoping that it means something, hoping that it works. What's it called? Bless. So.
I'm proficient in history.
What did you say?
I'm proficient in history.
Are you?
Yeah, I have a +3.
Okay. Well, in that case, yes. Being proficient in history means that you will be able to teach them, well, accordingly, whether they retain that information or not. Well, as far as you can tell, when you ask like questions or whatever, they seem fairly capable of answering them. For the most part, they still have their hang-ups, I guess. Their usual sort of like easygoing attitude makes you believe that they might not retain it, but at this moment it seems they do. What's it called? But with those last 3 days of travel, you guys arrive back at the city of Mytros. There we go.
I've been here in a while.
What's it called? Let me get rid of Valus and the casters or not.
Oh, do we need to do anything, like any roles for my training?
What's it called? What were you training on?
I was training with, not
Wasn't it
Steros,
Haruka?
the other one.
With Brunt.
Brunt.
What's it called? As for my house rules for cramming, knowledge, let me show it on screen. What's it called? So you can either just let the 3 days go by normally, what's it called, and a little progress towards the total of 15 days you need to learn the proficiency. You could try to roll the 3, I guess it would be intelligence checks. What's it called here? And if you succeed all of them, you're able to cram more days of training than you would otherwise. If you fail any of them, you will not make progress for that day.
Okay.
So it's up to you whether you want to let it progress naturally, or if you want to roll the ability checks. DC would be 14, because it's 13 plus the number of skills being learned, which is only one. You're only learning one skill at the moment, so yeah.
Screw it. I guess we'll try to cram it. We'll see what happens. I'll cram all 3 days.
Okay. So this means
just raw intelligence.
Yes. So you've only just started to train Arcana. So you have right now you would progress either 3 days or 0 days, depending on how much, depending on what you roll here.
Okay.
So first.
Wait. So if I'm only gonna progress 3 days, even with cramming.
No. 3 days if you let it slide normally.
Oh, okay.
It would be 0 if you fail any of those checks.
Okay.
So Yeah, go ahead and roll me your first intelligence check. First day, no real progress made. You're
Damn.
maybe it's because the fact that it's a new thing for you, you not being a spellcaster, either of the divine, druidic, or arcane variety. What's it called? And you know, it's kind of you get overloaded a little bit with information. So yeah, first day makes no progress. You can roll me another one if you wish.
There's no way.
Damn.
You were exhausted. You were up all night thinking, man, what did I do wrong? That when the new day came for you to start learning, you were just bags under your eyes, completely sleep deprived. You could not focus on that day's lessons.
It can't get worse, right? Fuck it, we're gonna go for another one. Yeah, okay, yeah, that tracks.
Sadly, all 3 days pass and you made no real progress on your training.
Yeah.
What's it called? I will say this because I think it's only fair that I say this. Any of your allies could try to help you in this if they have ways of improving your rolls.
Not in this case, unfortunately.
Sadly, there's not a lot that can be done for the first two, but the third one at the very least. Anybody who can do anything to help?
I'm not good at Arcana, bro, so I'm sorry I can't help.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be you being good at a skill, an ability, something that can allow him to succeed.
Like a bardic inspiration or something.
Oh yeah, I don't have that.
Someone does.
I wonder who does.
I can patch you and say like,
A mystery.
nice try, bro.
Consolation prize, your team's praises, I guess.
Crickets. Okay, whatever.
Oh wait, doesn't the goat?
I think so. I'm pretty sure he does.
Just the goat man?
Did he fall asleep?
I
think so.
That isn't here. Damn. When the world
Oh, well.
when the world needed him the most, he vanished.
He went to get the
I will cast guidance because if he doesn't learn this, low key, I'm gonna be super pissed off at both. So, can I cast guidance on him?
I'll allow guidance, yes. So obviously, again, not much can be done for the first two, but
Instead of us getting actual important item that is useful for our group, he wants to learn how to play around with aesthetics. So, like, if he doesn't learn this,
That's not what it's about. It's about learning how to know what items are. It's what they call appraising items. That is definitely useful, actually.
so I'll allow guidance. Roll me a d4. Bo, roll me a d4.
I thought it did not go through.
I don't.
I don't
Is
see
there
it.
more
Yeah, I
technical
don't see them.
difficulty?
I'll do it again.
There we go.
There you go. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, you succeeded this time around. You know, but I may not. The tides of luck may not be on your side too often. So instead of cramming, instead of learning 3 days naturally, you cram 3 days into the third day because your proficiency bonus is 3, right? So you would cram. For a total of 4 actually. So that's 4 days to the counter. What's it called for learning proficiency in Arcana? Because it would be the third day plus the 3 additional days. So yes, you make progress 4 days out of 15. Sadly, by the time you arrive at Mytros, of course, you were told by Bront that chances are I might not be able to, from what he heard, it seems he's getting dropped off here. So you might not be able to help continue your training, but Heliope, who's also an arcane caster, seems to be
Right, and then I was gonna go talk to her afterwards.
Yes.
There's 2 Moxenas. Oh my god.
Oh, look who's back.
Give me 1 moment.
I was here the whole time. What are you talking about?
Oh, so you just don't want to...
No, we were all talking to you and you ignored us, so you weren't there.
Lice. Fine, I'm in a boat, still sleeping then. I woke up.
Okay, so, oh, I forgot that there was still a fucking token of Moxia right there. So, you guys arrive back at the city of Mytros. It is a interesting sight at the docks. You see that the moment the Ultros is spotted by the people of the city, they seem to be very keen on, gathering around the docks to try and see, what happens, it's the legendary ship coming back, I wonder they have tons of great stories to tell us. What's it called? You see crowds gathering around the docks, to the point where, like, what's it called? To the point where, like, at some point when the ramp is gonna, like, put down for everybody to, like, disembark from the ship, people, some of these sailors have to actually clear off some of the crowds, like, hey, please move along. We're just trying to disembark here. What's it called? Your allies who are still, around at the Ultras, at least the ones that might have a harder time getting off the ship, will kind of look over around. You see a Steros, speaks up and says, "So this is Mytros, huh? I must say, the way I heard stories about this place, you would think that it was more.
Or more.
The current leader isn't the sharpest tool in the shed, if you could catch my drift."
I believe it. This place could use a lot of work done here. Are you sure you want me to go help out at this forge? I feel like I can do great things here.
Maybe if there wasn't such a tyrant running Mytros.
That's tyrant, more idiot.
I think you'll be more happy with the forge, and then in the future, once we clean up the city, more than welcome to come back to the city and help here and clean up and create your own forge. If you're okay with that in the future.
We'll see. No, first, right now, I need to judge the quality of this forge that you're sending me to with my own eye. What's it called? Bront, who's like a little bit further up and on the deck, will look over and say, "So, how exactly are you going to transport us to this forge?"
Well,
That's a great question.
That's a great question.
To guide him?
Mytros, right?
What do you say?
It's only a day's travel north from Mytros, right?
West or something?
It's like northwest of Mytros, basically. Well, yeah, it's like a day and a half travel from Mytros on foot, and that's, for medium-sized creatures. Large and huge-sized creatures, footsteps cover a lot more ground. But, what's it called? You know that, Cyclops, whatever. I don't know what the plural term would be. Cyclopuses are not particularly well liked around the mainland.
So they might run into like trouble.
Potentially. I mean, you guys remember, well, those of you who were there, remember how the situation was for the other Cyclops you guys ran into in the outskirts of Astoria. How, They were
Mistreated.
effectively, he was effectively mistreated by and controlled to a certain extent by the group of bandits.
And I killed one of them. Yeah.
Do we
Could
have?
we hire a cart with some horses to take them there?
Yeah.
I don't think there's there's a cart big enough for these two. But what's it called? You could attempt to hire an escort for them. Let me just double check something real quick. There might be people around in Mytros that would be, willing to, for the right price, transport these individuals. Is that what you're trying to do? Or, are you... Yeah, I guess my question here would be, are you going to try to find a, like a means of transporting them through means of, like a service, or do you have anything else in mind, another ally of yours, or something else you believe could get them
I'm gonna
there?
go ask my husband first if he has any ideas.
Okay, you
No-
disembark
No
in...
orders, Sidens.
You disembark in Mytros and make a fucking beeline for the nobleman district, for a merchant district rather, that's what it's called. Doesn't take you too long to find, to make your way to Thier Nurdigan's estate, where Sula Nurdigan also lives at. What's it called? You would see that there's a number of sort of like workers coming in and out of the estate. They're not adorned with the colors of the Order of Sidon, unlike most of the private security that Thier Nurdigan employs, which are still there. What's it called? They don't say anything to you. They kind of have been told to recognize you and allow you into the premises. You will be escorted all the way back, all the way to the interior of the mansion, where in sort of like this guest room, you will be greeted by Sula Nurdigan, who looks upon you with almost an expression of adoration, and says, "So the news were true. You have returned."
For a short while. I thought I would come and say hello. We do have some business here in town, and we do need to step back out as soon as we can.
I see. So our meeting is to be short-lived. Well, if there's anything I can do to help, please say so. I've already started looking into the matter that you asked me the other time about potentially defacing the... he kind of looks around just to make sure nobody's listening in on your conversation and says, the statues of Sidon.
My character looks absolutely overjoyed and happy at his words. I feel like give him a really big hug.
That's it.
He kind of returns the hug, but says, "We are trying to make some effort on that front, but it's really difficult to do just that when, as you can imagine, the eyes and ears of the Order of Sidon are everywhere, not just in Mytros."
I know, and I know it's a big ask, but if my theory is correct, these statues give Sidearm a sense of power over the area, making him capable of manipulating and gaslighting his followers through communications through said statues. I just want to reiterate that it is of a little bit of importance, and I trust you, and I believe that you're smart enough that you won't let me down, and I appreciate you for that.
I could never dream of letting you down. I will make sure to continue the efforts on that front. The workers that you were seeing just now, well, they're sort of spies, as you can probably call them. They are disguised as everyday workers from the districts around the city, as a way for trying to get them underneath Father's nose, so to speak.
Under whose nose?
Under his father's nose, Tyrion Nordigon.
Sure, your father's still a hard follower of Sidon.
Well, it's not specifically that he's a follower, but he trusts the organization and, shall we say, respect for the chain of command that the Order seems to present itself with.
Do you think we'd ever be able to sway up to our side?
Potentially, but that would require gaining some dirt on the Order of Sidon that may be able to shake his faith in them, or otherwise proving their inadequacies. I
How does your
don't...
father feel about the king?
what do you say?
I asked him how his father feels about the king of Mytros.
About King Acastus. I have a feeling my father is quite indifferent about him. So long as he doesn't get to pay more taxes than what he already is, which isn't a lot, mind you. And well, so long as he continues to maintain his investments, I believe he has neither ill will nor good graces for Acastus.
Oh, I forgot about finances. Was your dad dabbling in the Minotaur market? I can't remember.
He
That's something on our
sadly
to-do list
he
while we're
sadly
here.
does have some investments in the market, yes.
Are these investments like, if something bad were to happen to the Minotaur market, he would lose a lot of money? Or can we
to
convince him to
put-
pull out before something bad happens where he doesn't?
To put it in simple terms, the first thing that you said is more accurate than the other. If something were to happen to the Minotaur market, my father would lose out on a lot of funds. Not career ruining by any means, but it will certainly put a dent on the resources that he can spare, which in turn means that I might not be able to, shall we say, get away with taking out more, he uses kind of air quotes, loans out of his account, so to speak.
I love this kid. Yeah, that's fun. So hear me out. Say if the Minotaur market was to fall, but the land that it's on, we acquire and give to your dad. Would he be able to make use of it without turning it back into a slave market?
I'm not sure if that would entirely work. As far as I'm aware, the land where the Minotaur market lies at is... well, it partially belongs to the city, but also to the current owner of the market, who is this Maximilian fellow. I feel like the only way that land would be able to be transferred in ownership would be if Maximilian himself was to convince to sell his share of that land, and if a particular I shall try not to bore you with the bureaucratic process, but I believe there might be some form of process involved with that has to do with many letters being exchanged with the king. So, not as simple as it seems, I'm afraid. Perhaps that's the reason why they're able to get away with their horrid practices for so long. It seems that the system is somehow rigged in their favor. So yes, to put it in, to put it simply, unless Maximilian himself was to pass on his ownership of the, if not the terrain itself, of the buildings that he owns, then I'm afraid my father wouldn't be the first one to lay claim to it, as he would potentially have to fight other investors that have their finger in the pie, so to speak.
Okay. Huh.
I suppose if the objective is to cause chaos in the city, having
It's
the
not
bigger...
the cause chaos, it's just to end the slavery.
Well, yes, of course. I'm well aware that that's what you're aiming to do here. I would just like to say that if the objective is to, well, get the noblemen distracted, I suppose, if the Minotaur market was to fall with no clear, person to claim ownership to the terrain, it would lead to, well, I can't call it any other way other than a turf war between the investors to see who can lay claim to the terrain first, which would certainly sow some degree of discord in the nobility of Mytros, and I fear, however, that a byproduct of this will be that the people of Stygian Row might suffer due to it as well.
Do you know who all of these investors are?
I could procure a list of them if that's what you want.
That would. I very much appreciate that. Well, we could help too. I heard you say one of them was the king, right?
Well, yes, the king has, I believe, potentially the biggest claim to the Minotaur market. But it's... well, I'm not entirely sure if, at least for the purposes of maintaining a public face, he'll be the first to jump at laying claim for the buildings. He might probably use the excuse that they are being returned to the city, perhaps, but, well, I'm honestly a bit at a loss at this point. I'm still learning the ropes as far as finances work, but, well, I believe I'm trying to have as much of a grasp as I can. I will say, at the very least, I know for a fact that King of Castles will not be happy that if the Minotaur market was to fall. As you very well may know, Minotaurs are used for a lot of things in the city. I hate the word used. Sacrifices, mercenary work, bodyguards, people put a lot of investments into it.
Did the party hear all that? I don't know if they're listening.
Well,
Yeah.
You won't by yourself.
what's it called? I think everybody's doing their own thing.
We heard it, but we didn't hear it. No.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
We
think
heard it, but we didn't.
I think everybody's doing their own thing, which I will cut to in a bit. But yeah, what were you gonna say, Alexandria?
The last thing I would say is, besides obtaining this list of the
Yeah.
getting this list of investors, do you have a way to help my friends here travel about a day's worth travel northwest to meet up with my grandfather?
I will say, Brunt and Steros would have stayed back at the ship until you told them that transport was procured for them.
Okay.
But what's it called? If they're big guys. They can't really too easily move around this city. But you ask if you can have a transport for them, and he says, potentially. I do happen to know a couple of traveling caravans that may owe my family a favor or two. Perhaps I could arrange for them to travel alongside these friends of yours. Who are they, by the way?
Oh, they are. Are they Cyclops? Is that what they're called?
They are a subspecies of Cyclops. Yeah.
They are a subspecies of Cyclops. They're rather large, chatty fellows, super into fixing stuff. They are some blacksmiths or smithies of the sort that we kind of rescued from a couple different locations while we were out at sea.
Blacksmith in Cyclops. You meet the most interesting folks out there. Well, Cyclops obviously are looked upon with certain level of scrutiny in the mainland, but I could potentially gain us the caravan that may not ask too many questions. Where exactly do you want them to be transported to?
We're sending them to the forge where my grandpa is residing.
The
Metro Forge?
The Mytros Forge.
The Mytros Forge. Well, I've heard stories of it, but I suppose if it really does exist, then and you say it does, then I believe you. Yes, I will make sure that these individuals can be, at the very least, accompanied to that location. I cannot.
But we're just, let's just call it a Centaur settlement. I don't necessarily want the words Mythril Forge being spread about in case
I don't.
People get wind of it and try to take it back.
I don't think a centaur settlement is any better than saying that. Again, not because I believe that's a wrong thing to do, but remember, roaming bands of centaurs are also around the area, and they often are caught in skirmishes with either the troops of Astoria or Mytros. Perhaps let's just say that they're being taken to a hideout, a hideaway rather, a small, perhaps cabin, a retirement. I'm not sure. We can potentially say that they are just contract workers. I'll come up with some explanation.
Are we?
So, alright, just so I got this clear. He kind of begins to pull out like a little parchment and a quill and ink to, begin to write down on, and he kind of, begins to write down like a to-do list of sorts. Says, I'm to continue trying to make these efforts to undermine the troops of the Order of Sidon, procure the list of investors of the Minotaur market, and procure a caravan for your large companions. You've given me quite the number of tasks here. I'm not sure when I'll be able to get to each of them at the same time. Is there anything else? Did my audio die? Hello? Cass disconnected. That's what happened.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were talking about us or.
Yeah, no.
Cass, my bad.
Damn, Cass disappeared. Well, hold on. Did she say anything? D&D general chat. Laptop turned off. BRB. Okay. Well, while that is
Oof.
happening, we'll come to one of y'all's. What's it called?
Well, I can't do anything until we sell all the gems and stuff. So, because I don't have the money I need to buy the things I need.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't done that.
Anybody who can?
Well, the problem is Cass has all the money. I put what we earned in the chat. I just don't know. Like, obviously Cass is holding all of it. So can we just keep, for the sake of time, can we just say that she gave us all the stuff to go sell?
Yeah, we'll say that. We'll say you were trusted to hand financing for the time being. While she goes talk to Sula. Very easily you can exchange the gems in any of the nearby markets, or even in the Bank of Mytros if that's what you're feeling like. What's it called? You can very easily exchange the gems for money. You are looked upon with amazement by the local merchants as they see this pile of gems that you're bringing in, to them. What's it called? They will ask the question of where do you get all of this, and whether you answer that question or not is entirely up to you.
I just look at him and I say, if I told you, I'd have to kill you.
They
Are you wearing your helmet?
do like
Are you wearing your helmet?
Yeah, I'm wearing my menacing helmet.
They do make a nervous chuckle, like ha 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 ha. What's it called? In response to your comment, hoping that you're not actually being legit about it. What's it called? But otherwise, yes, you will be able to exchange your gems. What would you do with the money that you've exchanged?
Well, I would give it to the party 5 ways. So, I don't know how. I'm not in a math situation tonight. Does anybody want to do the math on that? Yeah, just on the gems, because we just discussed how to split up the gold. The gold should have been for the first trip. Everyone should have got 250 CP and 1520 SP. And then everyone should get 80 gold and then another 220 CP, and then the rest was all gems. But we gotta figure out the math on that.
I'm broke.
0.
So 250 PP. No, wait, PP or GP?
4,000 plus.
Wait, which one?
The first one you said. Because I remember, since I got one of them killed, I didn't get the stuff from the small chest. Remember?
Oh, that's right. That was the 2 emeralds and the sapphire is the money that you don't get.
So I don't get a cut of the 1,000, and you said the sapphire, which is how much?
1,000.
So I don't
But
get.
You get a cut of
1,000.
everything else.
2 emeralds.
Okay, so everything I can get a little bit of everything minus the emeralds and the sapphire.
5.
Yeah. So divide the emeralds and the sapphire 4 ways.
0, 5.
Yeah, 4 ways. Yeah. So I get. You said 250 PP.
Wait. So the 2 emeralds, I'm not.
It's 4 ways.
4 way.
Because
We
we agreed he didn't get me for intentionally killing someone.
Look, it was his fault. Okay, he was in the way. All right.
0, 5.
He ran the wrong way.
Divided by 5. So
4.
1, it's 1,010 for everything, and then the gems were going 4 ways on.
Wait, 1,010 what? Gold?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then divided by 4 ways would be 500 apiece for the 2 emeralds. Right, since we're doing it 4 ways.
Yeah, I think so.
So 110 for everybody, and then 1510. 110 for Pumo, and then 1510 for everybody else.
Oh wait, so okay.
So 110 what?
110. Right.
So Pumo gets 1510, or is it less?
Well, if we're not counting the emeralds, it's 1,010 each. And if we're counting the emeralds, we're splitting 4 ways. That'd be an extra 500 each.
So I only get 110. So Pumo only gets 1,010.
Right, and the rest of us get 1510 basically.
Okay, I just want to. So that's just for
math.
Yeah, and then I know Cass had some stuff that I didn't have written down, which was like some of the necklaces and stuff. So we'll have to wait for that. But that should at least get everyone through their initial shopping trip until Cass gets back. So
Going on a shopping spree. Let's go.
I have to give my money away though. Still sad.
Right. But yeah, I guess whoever wants to go first. Porunga and Drak went together, so we'll let them do theirs, and then I'll do mine after.
So Porunga and Drak, what are you guys doing? What are you purchasing? What's the itinerary here? You'll remember you only have 1 day here in Mytros. Before as you guys were heading off the ship, Kyra would have told everyone in the crew, "Alright, everybody, we have 1 day of rest. Do the most out of it. We'll see you guys here. Dawn first thing in the morning." What's it called? So what would you do?
I was going to shop to get the bandage kits for Xandri.
Okay, I forgot.
And I was also gonna buy a weapon.
You were gonna buy a
A different weapon.
Okay.
Yes.
She had.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
She had 10, right? 10 bandage kits originally.
I believe so, maybe. She gave pretty much almost all of them away to the Amazons, I believe. But yeah.
And the lizard folk.
Yeah, and the lizard folk.
Was it a first aid kit or a bandage kit? Like, how many come in 10?
What's it called? I believe. Let me do. Each kit has 10 charges, I guess, 10 uses. So.
Okay, so she had 10 kits.
Hmm. Speaking of the lizard folk, don't forget, you guys have some lizard folk on your ship, the ones that you rescued from Themis, who are looking around, do we also get off the ship here? Do we go? Do we stay? What's it called? Looking pretty confused. Somebody is also looking pretty confused. Darian, who has never seen this fucking city in her life before. Thankfully, Kyra who you guys kind of assigned to be in Darian's care for the time being, or rather, Darian is assigned to be in the care of Kyra. What's it called? Is trying her best to guide her along. What's it called? But so. Going back to this, so how many killer's kits do you want to buy? Each of them is 5 gold pieces.
I was gonna get 10 to replace the ones that she had.
All right. You go down to the Great Agora, the large marketplace, and you purchase 10 healer's kits. So that's 50 gold pieces.
Yeah, I only get 10.
And I wanted to see if they had any potions of healing too.
You actually know somebody who sells potions of healing. What's it called?
Yeah, I want Satyr too.
I didn't put the token down here. But you guys know. Hold on, let me double check my notes. Here we go. Mytros.
It's Clepius or whatever his name is.
Correct, Clepius. Clepius is the alchemist who saved Derek's life back at Astoria by unpetrifying him, and also runs the potion shop here in Mytros.
One of 50 lives.
L. What is it?
Ask him if he saw those 2 basilisk eggs.
Damn, he should have not done that.
What's it called?
Bad.
Yeah, only if I didn't decide to pick him up from
water. Got it.
Yes. So he sells potions of healing. How many are you looking to purchase from him, and of what quality?
I'd say medium.
And
probably like.
Yeah. So uncommon.
2 or 3.
So uncommon healing potions. Let me pull out my my magical item prices.
I need a. Does he have all? What potions does he have right now, or does he have like all the ones in that shop?
He has a variety of them. The ones that he has at the storefront, so to speak, are the ones that you guys have seen, like the regular healing potion. the potion of resistance, I believe he had on him as well. On the other items that are not potions but serve as to help you guys out, like the necklace of adaptation and stuff like that.
I think I already bought that one, or does he?
Let me double check.
Was this the guy that I got the
Yeah,
health
that's the same
necklace
guy.
from?
Yes.
Yeah, I just don't remember all the potions he had, or if he got any new potions. So
looking. Let's see. Yeah, he has potions of healing, potions of heroism. The period of health. And the necklace adaptation period of health. You guys already bought it. He is out of stock on those. But he does have the Bula talisman, which is a separate amulet that you guys didn't purchase from him.
What does that one do?
Let me double check. Bula talisman. As you would approach him in the in the marketplace, he will explain to you what it does. There we go.
Acorn shaping.
potion. Hero.
If you're good. Damn, Derek can't wear that. So sad.
Your alignment is good. You have advantage on any spells and magical effects casted by Fae or Fiends. It's not even. It's not even attunement. It's not even attunement, so you can just have it on you and have this be like a passive effect.
Oh, it's not attuned?
Yeah.
Ooh, how much is it?
He's selling it at a pretty chunky price. What's it called? A price of a grand total of 2,000 gold pieces.
Raise them up, raise them up, raise them up, raise them up.
It is
Raise them up, come on.
as far as you're aware, you've never seen an talisman like this before, so as far as you're aware, this is a one of a kind.
Raise them up, come on. Come on, Drakgar, use it.
I'm gonna ask him, like, do you have any discounts for returning customers?
Raise them up, come on.
He
Raise
looks
them
at
up, let's go.
you and says, "See, I've helped you out in the past before. If anything, you should be paying me more for having helped you out in the past. I'll tell you what. I can offer a discount if you do me one more favor."
I'm listening.
You see, ages ago I was kicked out of the Academy of Mytros because they did not appreciate my research in the field of alchemy. They saw alchemy as too mundane of a task for me to be able to make any progress with it. And so I decided that my talents were better used elsewhere. I want you to show them up at the Academy. They run this thing that is kind of like a contest of intellect and wit, and if you were to prove yourselves to be up to par, if not better than them, you who all, as far as I'm aware, not to make any assumptions here, have not gone through the proper education system, then that'll certainly show them that you need not a diploma or whatever it is that they give away to prove that you are an intellectual. If you're able to do that and convince them that alchemy is a valid field of study, I will give you a discount, a significant one at my shop.
Give me 1 second. So I pull Drakgar to the side and I say, "Bro, how badly do you want this talisman?"
By the way,
It would be very helpful.
the discount will not just be for the talisman. It'll be for all other items that you wish to purchase from my shop.
Ooh.
Permanent coupon.
I mean, having a disc that could be useful in the future, but we're kind of busy right now. I don't know if we have enough time to.
And it's
We might have
okay.
to-
So we could ask him, like, when is this event going down?
Yeah, I guess, but we don't have a lot of time here. And did we say what kind of resistance the potion of resistance was, or does he have one of each?
Give me a second. Still looking at my notes. Potion of healing, potion of heroism, game of 20 squares. Next, he has. Give me just 1 second. I need one of you to roll me a d10.
Did I do it?
You got it, bro.
My bad. My bad. I misspoke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no, yeah, no, it was a d10. My bad. So that's 7. Roll me another d10.
I got it.
Good pal.
You're bad. You're bad.
So we'll take the 6 from Porunga and the 7 from Drakgar. He
But we have
has.
to go to Mytros anyways. I mean, the
He
academy anyways, right?
has 2 potions of resistance. One for necrotic, and another one for poison.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. And how much are they?
I'll tell you in a moment. 500 each.
Ooh.
Oof.
Those discounts feel good, don't they?
Oh, how much were the healing potions?
Give me a second. For common ones are 50 gold pieces. Uncommon ones, which do, let me double check how much healing. Uncommon healing punches deal 4d4 plus 4 healing. And they will set you back around around 300 gold each.
I'm resistant to poison with the Netflix. It inhales some poisons. I don't know if how much that counts. I'll get the necrotic could be helpful. Let's see, how much do I have? 1900. And how much are the healing potions?
Common ones 50, uncommon ones 300, and they just keep going up from there.
50, and then greater's 300.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do some math, see what I should buy.
The 300 one, that's the 44 plus 4.
That's 44 plus 4, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take 2 of those.
Let's say hypothetically, how much would a great what's it called, a heavy crossbow be? Or
heavy
would that
crossbow?
be metagaming?
Well, he doesn't sell those because he's an alchemist.
I know he doesn't have one, but let's say hypothetically.
What's it called? Do I not? I forgot. Did I not give you guys like a handout that has just like mundane equipment in there? I'll probably do
Might
that in a
have,
moment.
but oh, here it is, magic item shop. These are the prices, right?
What's it called? It's a heavy crossbow is 50 gold.
Oh, magical?
Do you want it to be magical? If so, that'll be a little bit more than 50.
Yes. I want magical.
You're looking for +1 or some other effect on it.
At least a +1. But if I can get a better effect, yes.
In that case, if you're looking for stuff, roll me 3 D100s.
Uno, dos, tres.
Okay. In that case, let me double check.
I probably could have waited till I go into the shop, but I just want to make sure I have enough gold for everything I want to buy.
So we'll say we're going to random. That's fine. So 97. Okay. You will see that apparently the blacksmith of the Great Agora seems to hold within his stock of weapons what appears to be a +1 heavy crossbow, which would run you 550 gold, and a let's see, what appears to be this kind of like crossbow that has kind of like dragon motifs sort of like across it. He will tell you that it may not be as good as hitting as just a straight upgrade, like a +1 weapon, but has an additional effect tied to it that, upon landing a particularly nasty hit on an enemy, the bolts will detonate with elemental energy. To be more specific, whenever you roll a 20 on the d20 for the attack roll with this weapon, all creatures of your choice around the initial target will take an additional 5 points of elemental damage that I will determine in a bit by rolling a die. And the third weapon that he has for heavy crossbow.
How much was that one?
That one is 300 gold pieces.
Okay. The elemental one?
Yes, the elemental is 300. The plus one is just 550. The last type of weapon that he may have available for you is not a crossbow, but what appears to be a sort of like dart of sorts. Seems to be like some form of dart that seems to have a sort of like not quite like a hilt, but some form of protrusion at the back of it. What's it called? Give me one moment while I just make sure that I got this correctly. What's it called? He will tell you that this dart is enchanted with a form of effect that makes it seek out its target. You don't need to see the target so long as you know that it is around you, or you've seen it before throwing the dart.
So it's like...
Upon saying the command word for the dart and throwing it, it'll seek its target, and instead of an attack roll, they have to make a dexterity saving throw, or take the 1d4 piercing damage from the dart plus 3d4 lightning damage. So it's basically like a kind of shittier version of Yondu's arrow.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And how much would that be, hypothetically?
The Seeker Dart. Only 100.
Oh. And there's only one of those?
Because, well, upon using the effect, it becomes non-magical.
Oh, never mind.
He only has one of these.
Okay. So, for what I want to get, I need... And then, how much are arrows? Are we assuming it comes with arrows?
I don't really keep track of mundane ammunition in my games. What's it called?
Okay.
You don't need to worry too much about those.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
already charging you like a couple hundreds of gold for all these items, so let's not worry too much about the specifics.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to accidentally cheat. Okay, so I'm gonna do some math. Then I'll figure out what I want to buy, unless Porunga knows what he wants to buy right now.
Well, Porunga says that he's buying the 2 greater healing potions.
Oh, he's buying both of them? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, then how much regular healing potions does he have?
Porunga? I'll take that.
I was just buying the...
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just buying the 2, the 300 one.
Oh, he's only buying one of them?
I'm buying 2.
Oh, you're buying both of them. Okay. And then how many regular potions of healing does he have? Or
as many as I can make sense of, so don't worry about the comment.
Okay, so don't need to worry about the number. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so I need 300. And the elemental bow is just a regular bow. It doesn't have any like it's either I get +1 to attacks or the elemental effect, right?
Yes, correct. So the crossbow is what's it called? Makes has, you know, like a little elemental explosion, but it doesn't have a +1 to hit or damage or anything to that effect.
Okay. So it's either elemental damage or +1.
Mm-hmm. Back what I miss. Drakgar and Porunga just buying some stuff. We went ahead and converted the gems into currency.
Okay, so plus 500. Is the elemental bow just a regular bow, right? It's not like
it's
a
heavy
crossbow or
crossbow.
anything?
I mean, you asked.
heavy crossbow.
Do you ask for a heavy
Yeah,
crossbow? So that's why.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, cool. Yeah, I wanted a heavy crossbow. Okay, so 300 plus. That's 800.
You are
Do I
still in
want-
time to ask for that.
Sorry.
To get that favor done for the discount.
Do we want necrotic or poison? I know poison would be helpful. I'll get the elemental bow, and then I'll get poison resistance.
Potion of poison resistance.
Yep. And then regular.
okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, yeah. Potion of poison resistance. That's 500.
Yep. And then the bow, which is 800 so far. And then. So I'm at. I'll get 5 regular health potions. So that's 800 plus 250.
So that's 250 for the 3 regular potions. Well, 5. My bad. For the 5 you said. 5 regular potions.
Minus 1050. Okay, so I'm at 940 left. I will. Do we need do you guys think we need necrotic too?
Up to you.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll get necrotic resistance too. So
That's another
another
500. Yes.
I'm going to be broke. Do I need to buy anything else?
You want to say something, Porunga?
Yeah, I was gonna pay for half of that second potion.
Okay. So you put 250 for the potion of necrotic resistance.
Yeah,
And
that's
Drak, so
250.
you only need to pay 250.
Okay, then I'll use that difference there to buy 5 more healing potions, so I'll be at 10 healing potions.
Okay. So you walk out of Clepis's business with 10 fucking healing potions in your hands. Usually I would ask where do you intend to use all of these, but I feel like I know the answer already. You all have a knack for getting yourselves hurt, or worse.
Better safe than sorry.
You know us.
Whatever. I appreciate the patronage. I will make sure that everybody knows that you are, well, quite generous with this. And the favor is still on the table if you ever wish to earn that discount.
Okay, so 440, potion of healing.
I'll discuss it with my other people. I think we're gonna be making our way up that way anyways.
Well, whatever you wish. For context, Xandri, Clepius told the party that if they want a permanent discount on all items purchased from him, they could do a little favor for him and engage in a game of wits, an intellectual test at the Academy of Mytros. The party was like, maybe. And you know,
Well, I think it's more just that we're on kind of a time crunch, you know.
well, you have
Yeah.
one full day here. It's up to you how you use that day.
And we have to stop by there anyways
Uh,
for the centaurs, right?
Poison.
So,
Okay, got that.
with are you purchasing anything else, Drakgar?
I think that's it. What's the magic item called for like an
The
added to my
crossbow.
sheet?
Crossbow. You can find it as let me double check. Slumbering Dragon's Wrath weapon. Is the one that you want, right?
Yes.
I can. I'll see if I can add just like the crossbow variant of that to you.
I think we exchanged all the gems, right?
Yeah, I'm putting it in the chat so she can see. Just give me a second.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna type it all back out.
Wasn't working this whole time.
It was that.
While they were purchasing stuff.
No, you were talking to your husband, I think.
Yes. He
Well, I
was.
still gotta go do my shopping spree too. Though.
Yeah. He basically listed in a list like all the stuff that you want him to do. You know, the facing of Siren statues, the the procuring a caravan transportation for the two giants, and procuring the list of the investors of the Minotaur market. What's it called? He said that these are already kind of hefty tasks to do. How soon would you like one to be more prioritized than the other? Basically would have asked you that, like which of these you want him to give more priority to.
Okay.
I'm also already proficient in the bow, right?
You
It counts
are
as martial weapon.
yeah,
It's
a
not
martial weapon.
separate.
Yes, a martial weapon.
It was 1510 GP and 1520 SP was the breakup, and then copper was like 220 copper, I think, or 440 copper. 440 copper.
All right.
Also,
Wait,
what was
so
the
we-
conversion
we
rate
each got
again?
440?
Since I went to the bank.
Hold on. Two people talk at the same time. What did y'all say?
I guess I'll go. I was just saying, what was the conversion for gold to SP since I went to the bank?
Every 10 silver is 1 gold.
Okay, that's easy enough. Thank you.
No, I was just asking if we got 440 copper to 20.
I wrote down 440, but let me double check the.
Happened what? Money? We're talking about money now?
Yeah, because I just added the 220.
Oh no, sorry. It was 220. I already had copper in there. I forgot. I had copper left over from my original amount. Sorry. You're
So what's
correct.
the difference? So Derek gets what more? 10 gold more?
Nothing more. You got what you got.
Alright, so that's basically from the Chimera, right? The Chimera. From the island, from the goblins, or no goblins, fucking lizard people. And what else? Where else did we get gold from?
The stuff that I wrote down was all the stuff that I picked up for the party throughout the. If anyone else picked anything up, I don't know. That I just wrote down the stuff I picked up and gave to Xandri, which she gave back to me to sell, according to the DM.
So everybody
she was
gets
gone.
one. Everybody gets 1,510 gold pieces except me, but everybody gets 15,200 silver pieces, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Something like that.
Pumo, Derek does get at least silver pieces, at least.
Let me check when that happened. The silver pieces was
Hey, please don't type in chat. I'm marking stuff off my list.
No, that's fine. We're just discussing it anyway.
you do get the silver or the copper because that was on the first island.
Okay.
So yeah.
2,200 copper pieces.
Your two
200.
emeralds, were those rings or were those emeralds?
They
You have to
were.
be more specific.
I don't know. I just wrote down 2 emeralds for 1,000 GP, and then we also got 2 more emeralds from Sidon statue, so 4 total emeralds.
Okay, so you had to have sold the emerald rings. So I'll mark those off there.
Which are you sure you included the other 2? Because
Ooh, fire.
that doesn't sound right.
Wow, more can cast fire spells now.
Let's
you-
go. I got radiant
rolled
and
20.
fire now.
2 large sapphire crystals. I have 2 large sapphire crystals. You only had 1?
The ones I wrote down were from the Amazon island.
Okay.
I wrote 1 sapphire from the Amazon island. So if you've got them from a different, like I said, you had stuff on your list that I didn't have.
Yay, Derek get to cut off that one. Yay.
Okay, we still have one of those then.
Just tell me what Derek gets. That's all that matters.
Okay,
So
so we
I can
still
just give it
have
away.
this. Did you sell the 2 rings?
I don't have any rings on my list.
Okay.
I said I have 7 platinum rings that we sold. I don't have any other rings other than platinum. We had 3. I had 3 studded gem necklaces and 7 platinum rings, and then 25 gems worth 100 GP each. And then 4 emeralds, a sapphire, and then we had just basic money that we divided. So if you have anything outside of that, we need to sell it and divide it.
Was the 1 cog piece we got worth anything? Oh yeah, it was. And I accidentally hit enter. Found it.
Okay.
Wait, so
I think. No, I'm gonna erase that because I don't think that goes there. I think I deleted what was after that. Okay, so this he sold. Delete that. Delete this one as well. Did you sell Python's emerald eyes?
Wait, whose?
Did you sell Sidon's emerald eyeballs?
Yes, those were 2 of the 4 emeralds we sold.
I don't see. Wait, say that sentence one more time, bro.
So the things that I sold was 25 gems worth 1,000 GP each, 3 gem-studded necklaces, 500
Okay,
GP
so in
each.
the chat, you put 100 GP, which is why I'm getting confused.
Where?
It says 25 gems worth 100 GP each.
That's what I said. 25 gems with 100 GP each,
Well, his
3
eyes were both
gem-studded
25
necklaces for 500 each, and 7 platinum rings, 150 each, 4 emeralds total for 1,000 GP each, a sapphire for 1,000 GP, and then we had 400 GP, 1100 SP, and we originally split 1000 CP and 700 or 7600 SP. That's everything that I have written down. And that's what equated out to Drax math of 1510 GP and 1520 SP.
And I get 1010 GP.
Right,
Suck
because
that 1 time.
because some of the stuff we split 4 ways because he didn't get any.
Well, first off, I wish you guys didn't do this while I was not here because you guys did not pay our comrades on the ship who we promised to pay.
We're gonna pay them. We had to still sell the gems to pay them.
Yeah, but now you guys are spending all of your money. Like, the money
I'm-
wasn't supposed to be divided up just between us. Some of this loot was supposed to be divided up like 12 ways.
I haven't
Well,
spent any of
actually-
my money yet.
From the island, we didn't have them with
So
us.
you're
The
going to
island.
take a larger chunk of your money to pay the people on our ship?
No, Drac and Porunga are gonna have to figure out where they're gonna pay their money from.
Okay.
I knew we had to pay the people.
Okay,
Don't come
so
at me.
I don't know why you guys didn't divide. You guys totally forgot about Heliope and her whole gang, and the whole reason
I did
why
not.
they're helping us is because we told them they would get equal amounts of spoils from whatever we find during the mission,
During the ones that they joined us.
which was 2 massive missions where we got majority of both of our loots.
It's fine. I could divide my only 1000.
I did the math how I was told to do the math, so I don't know.
Well, how much? Only three people joined us because the other guy was stuck in the ship anyway.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I gotta
Just do the math however you want to do it, and then we'll redivide the money. I'm over it.
Oh no, so I'm still gonna be poor anyway. Oh, I said also Derek wanted to talk to Versailles and Kyra.
Yes. Well, here's what we're gonna do. What's it called? We are going to be handling the money business in the background. In the meantime, what's it called?
Okay.
Derek, you what's it called? You said you want to go talk to Versi and Kyra, correct?
Yes.
I lost my token for the party marker. Alright. So, Bercy and Kara, they don't usually leave the ship. Well,
Easy.
when you guys, dock at Mytros, Kyra sticks around for a little bit. She does say that she might, later on in the day, go, visit Valus. But for the first half or so of the day, she's gonna be available at the ship. Versi just doesn't really leave the ship in general. As you can imagine, the Oracle would draw many eyes in Mytros, and she doesn't really want to leave if she, just to get hassled by everybody. So you're very easily able to find them, at the ship. What do you want to do, Derek?
I was gonna talk to both of them. One to Kyra to ask her about if she could send a message to Valus, since if she's gonna visit her, if any stories of the failed mission in the island of Yonder have made its way around the city, and of course the Versailles to discuss about if I have any descendants around. This is one of my character thingies. But
Kyra will say, I could check. I am pretty good at handling stories, and if one is getting a little bit too out of place, shall we say, I could potentially, do the things that I usually do and see if I can handle it. I could go to Valos about this, and try to see what she's been up to, and if she has heard anything. If that's what you want me to do.
Yep, that seems perfect.
All right. Oh, and by the way, the whole the thing. If the stories have spread around, I will make sure to minimize the damage, I guess, that this could incur upon, well, general morale and perspective. I'll see what I can do. She will say as she will kind of get ready to depart. What's it called?
Wait, hold on. Did she run or did she fly away?
No, she runs. She doesn't fly. She likes moving fast on her feet. What's it called?
Make sure that's...
Versi. You approach Versi. What do you say to her?
I pull. Well, we're still in the ship, right? Basically, we were all down in the bottom of the ship, correct?
Yes.
Basically.
Well, she usually hangs out in the lower decks, but because you guys are now docked at Mytros, she takes this time to step up, to the upper decks, and just kind of enjoy the scenery of civilization before you're needing to depart again.
Okay.
She will look as you approach and say, "You seek me out yet again. In what can I help you with, beloved?"
And I ask her, let's take us to the other side of the ship. I want to talk to you in confidence.
Oh, is this a most serious matter?
A little bit. I'm just more of a me wondering and all that kind of thing.
Very well.
And as we walk to the back.
Yeah, she will accompany you.
What's the timing? What's the timing of the day?
Well, assuming you're doing this like as soon as you arrive at Mytros, what's it called? As soon as you arrive at if you do this as soon as you arrive at Mytros, it's still kind of like morning. It's not really like too late into the day.
Okay, so it's not that bad. Okay, so I asked first time, like, when you kept me and put me under lock and key, I always wondered throughout the time and past that, of course, all of my extracurricular activities before I was, put under lock and key, if I wonder if I do have any descendants amongst this city, and if you have kept an eye on any of them, since they are part of me technically.
You are asking me to use my divination in order to search if there's some of your blood who may still walk around to this day.
I'm not trying to freak you out or anything that I'm trying to seek after. I just want to know if, let's just say that one day I croak, or if a battle gets too crazy, that even though I may not be in this earth or plane of existence, that there's still me somewhere out there. Not to worry or anything, but I would just love to know that, yeah, and if I do go perish, that there is still me somewhere out there.
Well, this might take a while even for my own divination abilities. After all, there's only one of you. She looks at you and says,
You.
I suppose it isn't impossible that there could be some descendants of your own. You did have your own life prior to getting caught up into all of this.
Yeah, I did.
She will kind of take a deep breath and say, in that case, I will do what I can. She kind of sits down and what's it called? She sits down and begins to kind of meditate. You see the glow around the third eye on her, forehead, the one that's usually covered by the, by the headpiece that she wears, and she begins to kind of just sit in place for a couple of seconds. You see an aura of magic begin to emanate from her as she will kind of just... You see her eyes kind of begin to move underneath her eyelids as if she's looking somewhere, from, even though she has her eyes closed. And you will notice that she, she seems to stay there for a bit. You can hear her voice kind of pick up from time to time and says, "It's difficult. You have lived for far longer than any of your species usually does. Satyrs are long-lived, but the years that we spent together have altered the way that your body works. She kind of continues saying, "There, I see something. I see a life before the first war. I feel great loss. I feel something or someone missing. I feel someone waiting. Waiting for you. But they would not wait forever." She opens her eyes and says, "It might take me longer than I anticipated, but I feel that there is a footprint that you've left behind in this world prior to our fateful meeting."
Well, I mean, it's fine. You can take your time. I mean, at least we know now that there is something. So I mean, that's, I guess, puts a little positivity in my mind. But don't worry if this makes you uncomfortable at all about me asking you, searching through looking at other women, what I've done beforehand. You can take your time. It's okay.
There's an expression she makes where she appears to kind of like... What is your passive perception?
Passive perception. God damn it. I do. Passive perception. Hold on, where is it at? 12. Not bad. Fuck.
It's almost like there's like a little for like a split second, like a blink and you miss it type of like moment. There's like almost like a vein popping in her forehead, but it's gone as soon as it appears. What's it called? And she says, "Do not worry, beloved. I may not look like it, but I am good at controlling myself when the situation calls for it."
Yeah, I remember. I know. I remember. Derek has flashbacks to the night where she thought I brought back that other chick. Yeah, I remember. She doesn't know that. Derek just had a flashback of that day. I don't like it.
She says, "Apologies if you did not get the answer that you wanted, but well, you have been separated from the rest of the worlds for so long that it's hard to trace most things regarding you that don't have a solid foundation.
Yeah. Well, even if I can't find anything in the past, you can always look into the future, right?
Yes, of course. But I will not stop. This is a request you have given me, and I shall try to complete it to the best of my abilities.
Okay. Thank you. But then I'll just sit down and just think, damn. So maybe there is something out there in my mind. I would look across the ship and hopefully nobody pushes me off at the end. I hope.
They do not, because most of the sailors are either off the ship, or those who didn't get off the ship are currently working in repairing segments of it that may have been damaged at some point, or the rowboat that you guys picked up from the hags.
You sure Versailles didn't think about pushing me off the boat for a moment? For a split second?
You didn't feel any killing intent, if that's what you're asking. But perhaps she's just really good at hiding it. What's it called? Do you approach anybody else?
Nah, I'd probably just since Alessandra is not on the boat still, correct? She's still over there with us.
Somewhere there in Mytros, yes.
Okay, then I'll also tell Versailles after talking about that, I'm gonna visit downstairs to the eggs and play a couple tunes. See if anything works since Alessandra is not here.
A little ditty for the eggs. Roll me a performance check, and while you do that, the rest of y'all
invade her room again.
Haven't really been reading the chat. What did y'all end up agreeing to for the money?
15. Damn it, that's good enough.
I think we're figuring that out.
I'm still broke. I could be 0-0 anyway. It's fine.
Here's.
But assuming I have enough gold, I wanted to stick with the stuff I bought.
Here's what we're gonna do. What's it called? If you guys haven't properly found a resolution here for the money here, what we're gonna say is that just all of you, if you guys want to give someone money to Heliope, Dengren, and Rudger, who are the ones that accompanied you in your journey, we're gonna discount what's it called? Brunt and Steros. Well, Brunt actually, because obviously he's not really he was a rescuee of the from the party. Like he wasn't really dragged to help. We'll say that they'll take we'll say they just take 50 gold per island you guys drag them to.
Just two.
So just two, so 100. So what's it called? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 300 gold pieces. Either somebody discount 300 gold pieces from their own inventory, or you all collectively discount a bit to to match the.
I mean, I could do it. Derek could do it. Just so it. No, because the thing about it, Derek's gonna give away.
I can discount the 300.
Because Derek would give away his money anyway. Remember, I did say I'm gonna give all my money away to the people who perished. Okay, I'll say I'm gonna discount it too as well. Everybody can keep them that amount of money. So, hope there's no other incorrection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Then
Derek was gonna lose. Derek's gonna have no money anyway. So I mean.
Then that works since you're offering. 300 gold pieces. You pay Dengar, Rutger, and Heliope. We're not gonna count gold. If I don't remember. What's it called? I don't remember you guys brought anybody else along, but for the purposes of just having this resolved, we're just gonna say nobody else will take any other of the other money because they believe in the cause rather than in payment. What's it called?
150.
There we go. That should be enough. Should be enough for resolution. What's it called?
How much copper pieces is it to gold pieces?
divide that by by I think it's like 100.
So 15 gold pieces.
Damn. If yeah,
Gold pieces
because 10 copper is 1 silver, 10 silver is 1 gold. So yeah.
Fine. So Derek has only 15 gold pieces and then 20 copper pieces. Bro, that's what everybody wanted Derek to suffer. There you go. Derek's picking it for the greater good. Like, Derek might be a good guy this time. Like, oh, never mind. No, he's not.
Right. So hopefully that resolves that. What's it called? You with that hopefully now handled. We're gonna go down the list real quick, just to see who's doing what at this point. What's it called? So Drakgar, you already purchased your stuff. Porunga, you already purchased your stuff. Alexander, you talked to Sula. He not sure if you answered the question that I posed to you earlier. He was asking you, Alexandri, what tasks should he prioritize between the 3 that you gave him. Defacing.
If you can prioritize the investors of the Minotaur market first, because obviously Bronx and them can, like, they're not in like a super rush to get to the forge, so like they could leave tomorrow. So if we could get the list, that would be better.
In that case, it'll take him the rest of the day to procure the list, without his father's knowledge, that is. What's it called? So he'll prioritize that task. So by the end of the day, he'll give you the list of the investors. What's it called? Alright, so that's that. Is there anything else you wanted to do besides talking to Sula?
I got all my stats.
We need to take the centaurs to meet up with Mateus to enroll them in the school.
Okay, well, we'll say that can happen in the background. What's it called?
And then also do a list of items that I want to buy because I missed a shopping trip and I don't want to waste another hour on it.
Okay.
You're not wasting time because I still haven't got to shop yet, so...
Yes. That's what I was gonna get to in a moment. So with Derek already, Derek, you already did your thing. Bouxfhades, what would you be doing?
I would try to go find somewhere to see if anyone had the mithril armor we discussed, the mithril heavy armor, and try to acquire about pricing.
What's it called? The armorer of the Great Agora, Grimick, will have a set of armor of the mithril variety for you. What's it called? Let me just double check my list. Mithril armor is, mithril rather is the name of the material. Is, as you would expect, pretty expensive because, well, you're making metal into, you're making armor out of like a very lightweight substance that, still maintains the integrity of the original armor that it's supposed to be. What specific type of armor are you looking for? Plate, splint, chainmail? What is the... Not sure why you would downgrade to chainmail, but yeah, I have to ask anyway. What's it called?
No, I'd want to go up. I want to increase my AC and gain the ability to not fail or not have disadvantage on stealth checks. Is the goal.
What type of armor do you have right now?
I'm currently wearing splint armor.
So you're looking for plate armor that is made out of mithril, which is the step up from the armor. In that case, plate armor, as it is 1,500 gold pieces. To make it made out of the mithril material, that would add on top of the original 1,500 an additional 400 gold pieces, for a total of 1,900.
Wow.
It's expensive, but that's what was the trade-off of having the the extra bit of AC. What's it called? And also, no disadvantage on stealth checks.
Right. Well, that is still at this point out of my price range. I will
he
Ask
does
for a discount.
he does offer you an alternative because he sees you're like a warrior type person. He will say, the other day I managed to procure a bit of an ingot of a very rare material from some dwarves that live out there in the Cerulean Gulf. They have some very interesting mines, under their territory, and well, they managed to procure some of that material they had. It's called adamantine. It is very, very strong. Took the entire force of my forge to be able to smelt it down. I could potentially turn that into a piece of armor, but it'll be done by the end of the day. It will make you a force to be reckoned with. Out of character, he's offering you, if you could take the mithril, or you could take an adamantine armor set, which nullifies the additional damage dealt by critical hits.
Oh wow.
So it's up to you whether you want to get the lightweight but still hefty armor that will prevent you from failing stealth check, or at the very least not give you disadvantage, or the even heavier armor that will still give you disadvantage stealth checks, but it will make you sturdier in the front lines.
Yeah, how much was the other armor?
The adamantine is slightly more expensive, as you would imagine, than the mithril. That is just rounds up to a total of 2,000 gold pieces.
Got it. I ask him if he's a gambling man.
He'll look at you with his one good eye and ask why.
Cause I just, I like a game of chance, and I was just seeing how he thought about a game of chance.
He'll look at you and say, "And what are the stakes involved here?"
Nothing crazy. You just provide me with a slight discount, and if you win, or if I win. And if you win, I'll give you a tip. How about that?
Well, but like, what's the game?
Oh, it's just a simple game. We roll a single dice, and whoever rolls higher wins.
That's not really a game. That's just throwing some dice around.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's still fun because you never know what's gonna happen.
I guess. So hold on. What do I get if I win again?
A tip on top of the price you're asking.
And okay. How much?
And if I win, you give me a discount.
Well, yeah, but how much are we talking here for the tip?
The dice. Oh my god.
We'll say 20% either way.
Whoa. And what's the discount here that you're aiming for?
That's what I'm saying. 20%. It's either I give you 20% more, or you take 20% away.
That's a lot, and I'm not really much of a gambling man, but 10. Let's not get too crazy here. 10%.
I don't know if I want to gamble for that little. You know what? Let's just not worry about it.
Like, look, if you're having trouble, paying for the thing, we could work something out here. You with me so far?
What do you have in mind?
Okay. So couple of weeks ago, heard of this very famous traveling merchant that is making the round somewhere around here in the Heartlands. It was supposed to stop by Mytros, according to the rumors, but he never made it. Now, I'm under the impression that something happened to his caravan, but obviously I don't have the guarantee that indeed something happened, or if he just turned around, or he got lost, or got given bad directions, or something to that effect. Anyway, point is that if this, well, the merchant owes me a bit of a favor, shall we say, and well, I would like him to be around here so he can pay that back. If you can somehow get him, or at least find out what happened to him, I can give you a bit of a discount. I could tell you, if you agree, I'll tell you roughly where he was last seen at, or at the very least as far as I heard he was last seen at.
Okay. And you said where now?
Well, that depends. If I heard correctly, he was spotted on the eastern outskirts of Mytros. Somewhere between here and some other settlement, smaller settlement of the Heartlands. Now I know, it's a big ask, so I won't blame you if you refuse, but I'll give you quite a pretty discount if you do this for me.
Well,
And,
I'll make you a deal. I'm only here for a day. I'll look for your man, but if I can't find him, obviously we'll have to come to another arrangement, but I'll see if I can find him while I'm here in town.
Yeah,
Can you
of
give me
course.
a really good description out of game so Bo can type it out so he doesn't forget?
He will describe the gentleman as a sort of like average height male individual with dark, with sort of like medium length, like dark hair, seemingly like perpetual bags under his eyes. Seems to run the type of business that this specific merchant runs. Seems to be kind of like tailor. He seems to be like a tailor of sorts. What's it called? Is known for being like a wandering tailor that just kind of goes to one city, does like attires for like the noble people, and then moves on to the next one. Seems to be kind of like a bit on the slimmer side, as if he doesn't really eat too often. What's it called? That would be roughly the description he would give.
And then, what was his name? I'm asking the merchant because I don't think he told me the name.
Right. He is often referred to by the name of Lyos.
Lyos?
Give me a second.
Oh, okay. Lyos. Okay. Alright, well, I'm pretty resourceful. I'll see if I can find your man. And in the meantime, do you by chance have anything that would allow me, a reusable item that would allow me to speak with animals, or could you point me in the right direction?
I heard stories that somebody was buying animal-related stuff from the collector a while back. That wouldn't happen to be you or your friends, would it?
No, I don't think so. Maybe? I don't know.
Well, what exactly were you looking for?
The collector.
Go ahead.
The collector. That's the guy that was selling the animals, right?
The
Yes.
collector's the guy that we got Wizzy Lizzy from, and the stall to the right of the collector is where we got the ring to speak to the animals.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
From the guy who was originally in Astoria that we ran into, who we bought the basilisk
Yes.
blood
The
Clepius.
potions guy.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I think that was before I joined, though.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, definitely
But-
way before.
Clepius may still have a couple of rings of animal influence on them. What's it called? Grimmick will point you in that direction and say, well, Clepius probably still has a couple of those. He does have some form of business deal, or at the very least an agreement with the collector regarding some animal-related stuff. Rumor has it, like, he probably procured some basilisks to the collector a while back.
Okay. I appreciate it. And, I guess while I'm here, I just randomly somehow managed to pull a set of chainmail out of my pocket and ask him how much he would give me for this old chainmail.
Looks used and dented in some parts. What the hell do you do with this?
Well, you see, that's a long story, but I'm just trying to really lighten my load a little bit. You know, you don't have to give me much for it.
He'll buy it off of you for half the original price of a chainmail, which is 75 gold pieces, half of it, so 35. He's gonna give you 37 gold pieces and 5 silver.
Cool, I'm good with that. So wait, 37 or 35? You said
37 gold, 5 silver.
37. Okay. And then I'm gonna run off toward, I guess, the collector guy, and
Well, to collect specifically. Well, Alexander, you said you're with Bouxfhades at the moment, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's.
I'm just gonna act like I was randomly walking by and see her. I was like, oh, I'll just wait outside and watch. The place where he's at, they wouldn't have like. It's just an armor place, right? Not
It's
like
weapons and armor.
maybe rogue or something.
It's weapons and armor. Were you looking for something specific?
I guess I'd ask him if there's a way he can enhance my already Cupid's bow.
It's really difficult to enhance already magical weapons. They tend to be kind of rigid in their structure. I could.
I mean, if you don't think you can, I'll just ask my grandpa.
He looks over, looks up at you, and is like, your grandpa?
Yes, my grandpa. I was like, did I start? I like look around like, this is.
What, is your grandpa like Vulcan or something?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Huh. You can tell in his look that he is stuck somewhere between believing you or not. After all, y'all's reputation does precede you.
Well, my dad's Pythor, my auntie's Kyra, and I don't know, my grandpa's Vulcan.
Well, I'm gonna put it this way.
Throughout the town here soon.
I'm gonna put it this way. Throughout my life, I've met at least 4 people who claim to be Pythor's offspring. So you know, not entirely surprising, I guess.
Our family is quite large. They probably weren't lying, to be honest. I mean, my dad gets around. Sadly.
I don't need to know that information.
I look at him and I'm like, she's the real deal. I met the guy. He's really big. He's very tough.
I mean, hey, I'll believe it. Yeah, sadly I can't enhance something already magical. And not with this equipment at the very least. I would need, I don't know, access to like the legendary Mytro Forge or something to that effect.
Oh, so yes, Grandpa. Gotcha. I just wanted to ask you, just in case, you know, I'd rather help extend your business. My grandpa's pretty wealthy, but if it's not within your capability with this forge, then I'll just ask my grandfather.
I mean, I'm just a simple
however,
blacksmith. Go ahead.
Do you know if there are any like magical items that can help enhance archery, like maybe some gloves, or a shop that might have robes or rings or necklaces of the magic variety? Could you point us in the correct direction? Or is that going to be over with oh wow, Cassie just totally forgot the name out of the blue. Hold on. Castios? Is his name Castios?
Clepius?
The guy where I originally got my animal ring.
Yeah, that's Clepius.
Clepius.
Regarding what you asked to improve archery, he will say, I do believe I have something. Let me go in the back and check. Roll me D100.
Oh lordy. See, 67, the opposite of what was rolled earlier.
He will look over. You know,
Fireball.
he walks behind the counter for a little bit. You hear stuff move around. Eventually, he comes back with what appears to be like a set of bracers. Who, you know, like you're meant to put them in the arm. He kind of pulls them on the table and says, "These ones were enchanted by some form of huntsman that, you know, spent a lot of their time in the old woods, you know, with them dryads and fae and stuff. Apparently, this is supposed to have, you know, some form of property to enhance, you know, your ability to fire a bow or crossbow. I think that works as well. These are bracers of archery."
Oh, perfect. May I purchase some from you?
Sure. He will sell them to you for 350 gold pieces.
Okay, I toss over the 350. Thank you very much. Can I have your name again? Bo, did you get his name?
Name's Grimmick.
No, he didn't tell me his name.
Name's Grimmick.
Grimmick.
I know, weird name. My dad was a half-orc. Well, no, don't question.
It's okay. Have you seen my name?
I've heard your name. You know, I haven't seen it written down.
Well, you know what I meant. But yeah, no, I got a weird name too. I understand.
I mean, hey, looks like we can relate on that front. So Bracer of Archery, I'm gonna add all of these items to the treasure folder in a moment. Bracer of Archery, they require attunement. While wielding them, you have proficiency, if you didn't already, in longbows and shortbows, and you gain a +2 bonus to damage rolls based on attacks with such weapons. I'm gonna extend this benefit to crossbows as well, because even though it doesn't say it, it only makes sense. So yeah, they do require attunement, so make sure you're not already using your 3 attunement slots.
Okay, perfect. I actually only have one item attuned to me, so that's fine.
Okay. Wait, isn't the shortbow completely not attunement? Yes it is. So you have 2 items already. This would be your third. Because you have your amulet, your amulet of bout, shortbow cupidity, and now the braces of archery. So this will be your third item.
Right. What? What's my first one?
Do you not have your amulet of the devout? The one that gives you the or am I mistaken it? I could have sworn you bought somebody else bought another amulet.
I have a ring of animal speech. Is that what you mean? But
No,
I thought you told me
Drek.
that that's what you wanted to do.
Drac has the water breathing stuff.
My mistake.
Better than the necklace, the
my mistake.
adaptation.
Yes, it was Drakgar. And the ring of environmental influence doesn't take attunement. Okay, so.
Yeah, I think did it take attunement because you said it like really only just cast speak with animals 3 times a day or something like that.
I mean, does a little bit more than just that, but I think as it is, it doesn't take attunement in general.
Yeah, so we only have one, which is the bow.
Okay, so yeah. In that case, yes, you buy that.
Oh,
Bouxfhades.
were you talking about the necklace that Wizzy Lizzie's attuned to have the smartest intelligence of the ship?
Well, it's a headband of intellect, but I probably was thinking of that. What's it
That's
called?
Wizzy's magical item. Which, by the way, he is with us.
People are steering clear of you. They don't want to be in front of such a creature.
We just travel quicker from point A to point B, less of a crowd.
What's it called? So, do you two, Bouxfhades and Alexander, need to buy anything else?
Yeah, I still want to go look for that ring of animal speak or whatever, and then I want to buy some potions as well. But then I just now read the note that Xandri sent about the extra money, so I do have enough to buy that armor, but I'm gonna still go try to look for the guy before I buy it.
what's it called? Okay, so you're trying to go to the outskirts and try on your own to try to look for this person.
Well, after I go buy try to buy the ring of animal, whatever.
Okay. I'll say, for purposes of convenience, that Clepius does have another ring of animal influence. In fact, only one more in stock. Apparently this one sells pretty good. What's it called? He'll be able to sell it to you. Oh fuck, this thing is expensive.
Damn it! I was afraid of that.
Uh,
Because I doubt I have enough for both.
Oh
ring,
no, it was expensive.
Yeah, as far as
I
I'm
wouldn't be
reading,
able to get it without Porunga though.
as far as I'm reading in my notes for magical item prices, rings of animal influence are 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh my god. Okay. I mean, I technically do have enough for both, but Jesus. Oh my god! But then I won't have any money for potions, and I gotta restore the party's potions too, because I used a lot of them. Okay, screw it. I'll ex-nay the animal handling, and I'm gonna go buy. How much are the regular potions again? 10 or 50 gold?
50 gold for regulars, 300 for the upgraded ones.
You said it's 50 for regular. What for what?
300 for the greater ones.
I'm gonna buy 10 potions
10 regulars?
and give regular.
Okay.
And I'm going to give 7 to the party and keep 3 on my person.
I need everybody to type in the chat the amount that Wizzy Lizzie is carrying, because obviously I wasn't here.
Well, I'm adding a 7 to his stockpile.
Okay, so how much was that unattuned necklace again?
Fuck, that was expensive. That was like 2,000, I think.
It was
Let me
the
double check.
2,000.
Oh, 2,000. Oh, damn. I'm too poor.
Oh, we were trying to get a discount, so.
Oh, yeah, true.
So, I mean,
Hopefully the discount's
you
enough.
two are trying to get the discount by engaging in a game of wits with the academy. Bouxfhades is trying to get a discount by fucking finding a missing person somewhere outside the city. One of them is not like the other. But we'll say that because it's kind of like a shopping day for you guys. We'll say that eventually you all reconvene. I guess Derek, unless you were like choosing to remain at the ship instead of coming down here to shop with you. We'll say you guys reconvene in the like Great Agora marketplace. After you're done doing your purchases. What do you guys do?
So we have enough.
Everybody talk at the same time. One at a time.
Go ahead, Drak.
Well, I guess if we have time to do our thing to try to get a discount, I guess do that.
Yeah, we let them know that we met up with what's his name, Cleptius,
Yeah.
and let him know about the discount offer that he's offered us, like a permanent discount.
What's it called? So, just to reiterate that condition for the discount. Club is asking you all to go to the Academy of Mytros and participate in their philosophical discussion / intellectual test to try to effectively impress them and hopefully convince them that alchemy is like a valid field of study in the academy. So, what is y'all's reactions to being informed about this, Bouxfhades and Exandri?
I mean, I'm fine with it, especially if we can get a discount on the potions that I want to buy too.
And I mean, we already got to make a stop there anyways because we're going to roll the Centaurs.
Yeah,
that's
so
what I was thinking.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, just so I understand, we gotta sell it to the headmaster. That alchemy is an actual thing to be taught.
Well,
Yeah.
Clepius,
Kind of.
basically Clepius believes that if you pass the intellectual test, that should be enough of leverage to convince them that alchemy is great. Well,
Oh,
to
so it's
rather.
like a test.
Lizzie's gotta ace this.
I thought it was
Yeah.
like some sort of competition.
Well, it's less of
Yeah.
a competition, more of a discussion, you know, a debate, so to speak.
Uh,
Oh, I'm good at debates.
They call him the master debater. What's it called?
Whip. T-shirt.
Does he have any other magical items in stock?
Plus a couple of necklaces and rings. A lot of them are in the back stock, so to speak. He doesn't pull out to the storefront. He will ask if you're looking for anything specific.
oh, and since we're here together, I hand over the 10 healers kits that I got for
You
to
bought 10
Xandric.
of them?
Yeah, I told you I was gonna replace the ones that you gave up at the lizard place.
I give him the biggest hug and a kiss on the cheek. So there's 10 usages per kit, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds standard. We're back to triple digits, boys.
And then I also hand over one of the greater potions.
You hold over a greater potion too.
Wait, so did he already give us the discount, or did y'all buy the stuff before he gave us the discount?
No, I bought those before he offered. I asked for the discounts when we were looking at another item.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm gonna hold off buying mine until we do the gift the discount thing.
well, true.
Okay.
But if there's something I want him to hold, I would like to see now, please. I would just explain that sometimes I feel like I'm easily hit, and I don't like to be hit. Does he have anything that can help bolster my defenses or help make it a little bit harder for me to actually be hit while I'm flying and navigating around in the air?
He will look for something. Roll me the 100.
Oh, snap, that's not gonna roll because I put a space. Damn, we're always in the 60s.
He will say he does have an enchanted cloak that can assist in that potential regard. He'll say that in the business this is called a cloak of protection, and he's currently selling it for 400 gold pieces.
Alright, Cassie.
I just kind of under my breath and say, "That's kind of on the nose."
Question. 1, I'm not allowed to wear armor while flying. So, can I wear a cloak and still be able to fly, or does the cloak count as armor?
The cloak is a magical item that requires attunement. As such, its shape is will change to fit the wearer's body shape.
Ew.
Therefore, yes, you can wield
I
the cloak.
still fly while wearing it.
Yes, you can.
Okay, 400. I would ask him if he would hold on to that for me.
All right, but you better make up your mind soon, cause between you and me, there's a couple of people that may be bidding for any type of protection they can get, especially in these times where things get dangerous.
Well, I can guarantee you, whatever they are doing, it is on a smaller scale of a more elaborate scale that we are doing.
He will just kind of shrug and just be like, "Well, yeah, I'm sure it is. Whatever it is that you decide to do, you better, go. If you are taking up my offer, then you better do so quick. I hear that, this sort of like test of intellect is run pretty much every day in the academy, and it's just about to get to that time where they usually run it. So, if you want to do it, you might as well go there now.
Alright, well, let's
And-
guess what happens.
I look at the merchant and I say, hey, also, if you can do me a favor, if you happen to see somebody who looks like this, and I kind of describe the guy's looks, and then I say his name is Laios. If you see him, can you let me know?
Heard of him. Traveling tailor or something to that effect. Yeah. I don't think he's been in the city for a while. I know of him. I know he has a knack for getting caught up with very interesting crowds. They say that he once tailored a billowing cape for a centaur leader in one of the tribes up there north of Mytros. So hey, who knows? Maybe he's still wandering the Heartlands at this point.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. Just if you see him or hear about him or anything, just let me know. We'll be back in a little bit.
He nods along. And you guys depart to the academy. You can keep a lookout on the way in the academy.
Oh, nobody
Yeah.
cares about the academy.
I mean, it's only the one. And, the self-imposed side quest that you guys gave yourselves of fucking, just
We got
dropping the
three side
centaurs
quests
here.
where we go meet our poet, our playmaker, and our songstress, and update them on some stories. We got to talk to Mateus about the centaurs. We need to take this quiz, and we also need to pick up our quest loot for getting rid of the chimera.
The bounty reward, basically.
Yeah.
Alright. What's it called? Bounty for Chimera. So you guys begin to head your way to the Academy of Mytros. On the way there, the crowds passing by, they, kind of just and you do catch the eyes of a lot of people because, one, you're walking around with a fucking lizard, and
Treating them like a human.
yeah, you're walking around with a lizard and wizard.
Correct.
What's it called? Besides that, you're also just kind of beginning to draw eyes in general, you yourselves. It seems stories of your exploits are being shared around not too long after you have arrived at Mytros. Seems somebody's doing their job well. You're back, Derek.
Yeah, sorry.
Pumo was telling the party was trying to go to the academy to engage in a intellectual debate as a way of getting into
Favors?
getting a discount in one of the stores. What's it called? Are you accompanying them?
Sure, why not? I would love to exchange wits with the scholars.
Yeah. Alright. In that case, eventually you guys all go up the incline road that leads all the way up to the academy. This is, I believe, the first time you guys have been here, at least in a while. Actually, I think forever. I think the first time ever for some of you. What's it called? The Academy of Mytros is peaceful, at least seemingly peaceful looking. It is a grand, sprawling campus grounds that at any given point of the day have a bustle of activity. There's, counting them, roughly a dozen, maybe a little bit over a dozen of different, buildings that kind of stand in a row connected by, these little pathways that look kind of similar in structure to the sort of like buildings and pathways that you guys saw in the island of Yonder, like the other side was using for their headquarters. There's this sort of like large stretches of green lawns that kind of are sort of spread out in between the the pathways. You see students reading, writing. Sometimes you see them like from a window on the like interior of one of the buildings, but other times you see them like hanging out, like in the grass, forming like debate circles or study sessions, between all the students. What's it called? Obviously, multiple buildings here all serve the purpose, but you are here for a reason, as you have dragged along a number of centaurs with you. What's it called? The centaurs are looking mighty confused at what this place is. You've told them the idea of what a like a school is, but they still kind of find it hard to believe that they are being brought along to one. It doesn't take you too long to find Mytros, or rather, he finds you, as he was very quickly informed of the presence of a bunch of armed individuals with also equally armed number of centaurs walking into campus grounds. He stands in front of the crowds to kind of tell them to, hey, hold on, nobody panic. They're our allies. Look at them. They're they're the Dawnbringers. And he will tell you guys that, well, I was told of your presence, but I didn't expect you to walk in with a bunch of centaurs. No offense, of course. For what is all of this? Silence. Porunga waves and met. Is there something you? What is your business here in the campus grounds?
Zendry?
Sorry, I had an emergency run to the restroom.
Okay.
My kidney was hurting. Okay, so if I heard correctly, he asked a question about the centaurs, but what was the question?
Basically, like, he was informed of your presence with, in the campus with the centaurs, and he's asking, like, what business could he help you with?
Are we talking to Mateus or the headmaster?
To Mytros right now, because he was the one who got here first.
Are you the principal yet?
I missed you, Mateus.
Not the principal yet, but I am working my way.
The plan will come together.
I cannot wait for that day. Please keep us in the loop so we can come and celebrate with you. But I remember two things from when you were traveling with us. One, you were incredibly interested in those mechanical birds. Well, we found the creators of those mechanical birds. If you want to have a quick chat with them, they're on our ship. And then two, I also remember you're incredibly curious about curses. Well, on our travels, we ran into some centaurs. You remember the centaur we ran into and my brother challenged out in the open fields, right?
I think I do, yes. Folon, was it?
Yes. Well, we actually ran into his whole tribe, halfway southward eastish, I think. I can't quite remember. But we ran into his tribe, and we learned that his tribe has this really horrible curse placed on them, by someone known as the Lotus Witch. Or we are assuming that she is the one who put the curse on them. She told us that the curse could be broken if the centaurs learn to evolve and be able to give back to society.
That's a very vague condition to dispel that curse.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, well, I'm obviously always happy to help you all, but how do we know she's gonna keep the end of her bargain?
because her whole thing is that she absolutely loves intelligent people, intelligent life forms. Honestly, I wish you would have been able to meet her. I think she would have absolutely enjoyed beyond words to have a conversation with you. As you were always way more of an intellect than the rest of us. But we believe if the centaurs, or this is just a hypothesis that I'm working off of, because she made us all take like a knowledge test, and upon getting her questions correct, she granted us leniency and wishes and information. So I'm assuming that the centaurs would fall under the same ruling. I've taught them the most I could about the basic history of Thylea, and I was hoping that maybe you could make an easier, smaller curriculum course that they would be able to actually absorb and learn some more knowledge. So when we send them back to their island, that they may try and take the test with the Lotus Witch and see how well they fare, and in hopes in doing so, the Lotus Witch will lift the curse on their kind.
Well, I could always, I can try to help them, but I'm only seeing 4 of them. You said it's an entire tribe that's afflicted by this curse.
There is a tribe, but unfortunately, they're making a ship right now if they need to come here. We did leave them with that prerequisite to try and create a ship. Full on seemed pretty dead set on making sure that was going to be an accomplishment that they get taken care of. But yeah, so for now, we have these 4. They were volunteers. They each have names, but Cassie does not remember where she wrote them down. They are...
We'll say you tell them their names.
Okay.
Centaur 7,
Matthews,
Centaur 23, Centaur 42, and Centaur 8.
And Matthews will say, okay. I believe I may have enough influence in the academy to probably make a crash course, I guess, curriculum for them. But this witch, Lotus Witch you talk about, kind of worries me. Like, can she just extend that curse to anybody, or?
No, she specifically gave them the curse because it sounded like in ancient times. Have you heard the story of the scorpion and the centaur?
It's a very famous story, yeah.
Yeah, well, that story is apparently true, and depicted in that story, because of that betrayal is, why she cursed them. So...
out of character.
Is that right?
Out of character. It's not the reason why she cursed. Out of character.
Did she curse because of that story and the betrayal of the story?
No.
It's the trees.
Pumo got it right. Out of character.
Eric was smart the whole time. Who knew?
In ancient times, the centaurs used to have basically historical records carved in some really old trees that were like formed with like really durable bark. But as time went on, and the knowledge of what the significance of those trees was, the newer generations of centaurs kind of just didn't tend to the trees properly, and and eventually had to cut them down for survival. What's it called? Which angered the Lotus Witch, and she cursed the entire tribe for generations to come for that mistake.
Apparently, they had this very whimsical, naturally library that they just stopped taking care of, and all of these knowledgeable in historical documents that were passed down through their kinds of generations, just kind of wasted away. They like ended up using the trees like survive and stuff like that. This pissed her off, so they're cursed. So
Well,
yeah.
seems like a bit of an overreaction.
No, she's no, there would she does not like ignorant people.
Well, yeah, me neither, but would you curse somebody just because they made a mistake?
Oh yes, and then I deadpan sideways and look at Derek.
Well, I'm not talking about Derek, and even then, Derek is a singular person. We're talking about the whole island's worth of people, according to your words.
Me? No, not really. If it's just Derek, yes, but not like an entire race. But she's kind of like a demigod, and as we have well learned, gods in this place just their thinking patterns are not always correct.
Give or take.
Okay. I mean, well, like I said, I already kind of agreed to do this for you all. I will see what I can do. Shouldn't take too long for them to be accepted, especially if you've already, I don't know if you have already kind of started on their teaching, but if you did, then I will see if they can maybe go through like some form of like entry test, or if that fails, then I can just try to set like a side classes, I suppose. I'm still not quite in the higher echelons of the academy just yet, but I do have enough influence to probably do at least that.
You're so wonderful. If you need any help, like, do you need any help from us to like obtain your goals?
I'm perfectly fine where I'm at. But yes, I'll go handle that. I'm not sure if you're interested, but the debate parlor is about to start in a couple of minutes. We're trying to gather volunteers to see who might be put through the ringer this time around. So
I think we're signing up for that.
Oh, really? Sorry, that sounded like an insult.
No, really.
I mean, well, it'll be interesting to see that. Anyway, I should probably get started on what you asked me to do, and well, I wish you luck. He seems to gesture over at the centaurs, goes up to them, introduces himself, and kind of guides, gesture for them to follow him. The centaurs kind of look over at you guys, like, what? Like, is this the guy? Is this goodbye? And
we'll be back.
One of the centaurs say, "Well, was good what it last, the dudes. Well, it looks like we're up to learn and stuff. In this school, you call it. Never been to one ourselves, but I mean, hey, it could be fun." Another one kind of says,
I will give the four of them a pouch each. This is one little pouch. Each one will have like 5 gold, 25 silver in it, just in case they need no, I'll do 10 gold and 25 silver a piece, just in case they need any wares, foods. I let them know to be on their best behavior, because of course they're trying to break their ancestral curse. And that will see them around.
Okay.
Derek will tell him. Derek will tell him, "Hey, be smart. Learn well, guys. But remember, keep those skills sharp. You might need you eventually."
They look back like, sure, you see as one of them kind of does the sort of like we can do it, a gesture of flexing type of motion. What's it
flex
called?
back. Can I do that?
What do you say? I mean, I don't think a performance is really necessary. You can just flex back with your 10 strength. What's it called?
Hell yeah! Let's go.
All right. So you know, you guys bid your farewells to Mytros
Don't
and
hate,
the
guys.
Centaurs.
Don't hate.
Uh,
Don't hate.
now you're
True muscle.
now you're down a couple of people from the ship. That requires 50 people to fucking row. Well, hopefully
We got the 3 crocodile people. It's fine.
I miss Mateus.
Or 4.
Uh,
Oh well.
you guys will notice that at some point like the crowd kind of begins to gather in like this central sort of circular building in the middle of the campus. What's it called? You see as this sort of like older looking gentleman that you guys actually recognize, Archimedes from the Great Games, the guy who kind of like oversaw like the usage of magic in the Great Games. Seems to be running
caught
this
me
sort of like
red-handed.
seems to be running this kind of like he seems to be writing something down on like the on a number of pieces of parchment, almost like he's taking attendance of like just how many people he's actually spotting around here. You see that from time to time some of these students seem to approach him, but then they like back up and go around him and go to one of the other entryways of the of the circular building. Kind of like spots you guys in the crowd, and his eyebrow raises a little bit. He looks over and says, the athletes from the Great Games. I didn't expect you, and also the Dawnbringers, yes. I didn't expect you all to show up today here in the academy. Though I guess I did hear that some rather eccentric people are walking around the campus. I must have known it was all of you. Is there any reason in particular you come to us on this particular day?
Debate.
We're here to join the debate. The debate.
Ah, perfect. We were missing some participants on that front. It seems nobody has really a feeling wanting to be tested by the teachers. In that case, how many of you will be signing up?
Me.
Who has high intelligence? How about that?
And then Wizzy
actually
Lizzy
has-
also raises his hand with his like tongue flopped out the side of his mouth.
Wait, how much intelligence does he have?
He's got like 18.
Well,
Bruh, I only have 10.
just gonna need a couple of names, and I'll write you down here. So he kind of begins to whoever
Busy.
of you is signing up, he'll write you down.
Both of these Hans.
Okay.
Wizzy Lizzy, say that.
You're the one that showed Maximilian the Merciless what for at the start of the Great Games. Good job, old chap. That man may be retired, but he's certainly
I got 10 intelligence.
very, very, well, shall we say, not the most upstanding citizen.
Just out of curiosity, is he stirring up any trouble? Do I need to show him what's up again? Or...
Oh, no. He's, in fact, word has it that he's been reveling in his
Money.
retirement for the last couple of weeks. It seems some souls decided that it was a great business venture to purchase all the Minotaurs in the market one day, and he's been subsiding from those earnings ever since.
Wait, what? Say that again? Was that us or was that somebody else?
He looks at you like, wait, were those you?
No, I don't know. No, we bought a line. I think these people
I'm
bought
looking
a
at
line.
him like, do I look like I can afford a bunch of Minotaurs?
Oh no, wait, that was me. But we
You
set them free. We sent them back home to their homelands.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, miss,
They're kept.
but there's an
They're kept.
economical concept of supply and demand. The more you purchase of something, the more there has to be supplied to meet the demand. After these earnings came through, efforts into trapping Minotaurs and became doubled ever since.
Damn.
We specifically
Good.
sent them to Astoria though, so my sister could help rehome them.
Well, I can't tell you if it's the same Minotaurs, but I'm just telling you what I've heard. At any rate,
Do you know who's selling these Minotaurs?
Oh yeah, Maximilian douchebag.
No,
He
retired.
said he
said
was
he's
retired. Yeah.
well,
It's somebody else we got, Rob.
he's retired on
Thanks.
paper.
Okay.
I feel he still. I fear he still oversees some of the operations. Though he may have
I
some.
step
form
a
of-
little closer and I say, I thought you said he wasn't up to no good.
Well, if you want to look at it from a purely legal standpoint, he isn't causing any trouble. But he is still, in some way, I guess, has his eyes set on attaining riches. Now, please, young man, do not direct your anger towards me. I'm only telling you what I know.
No, I just now know that may need to pay him a little visit and give him a reminder of what mercy means.
Oh, I totally agree though.
With the help of Derek, of course. Just saying.
No.
You'll be fine, actually.
So, I have written down those of you who are going to participate. Please enter through this entry behind me. You will be finding yourselves in the council, in the, shall we call it the council room of sorts, shortly. You will be met with the teachers of the academy. I will put you through a series of questions to, form this intellectual discussion, shall we say. In the meantime, good luck to all of you. You guys who are the ones participating will enter through the door behind him. The others are instructed to direct themselves to the, shall we say, audience entrances.
I pick the chair closest to the opposite team. That way I can, evilly glare at them through my helmet.
It's not really. Well, I'll just move you guys to the next map so you can see how this place is structured. Because I've been having this map saved in the back ever since you guys first arrived at Mytros, and what's it called? It's been sitting there.
Just so we're clear, I straight up put Wizzy, Lizzie, Ally, and Friends of the Dawnbringers on the entry list.
Because that damn lizard's smarter than me. Half of us, literally.
Listen, it's his dream to be a wizard, okay?
Where's his wand? Why can't he stand up straight?
Oh my
like
god, let's
Porunga?
buy him a wand!
Why can't he stand up straight like Porunga? He's legit almost the exact same thing. Almost. Porunga can't climb walls. Wait, can Porunga climb walls?
If he gets boots and spider climb, he can. Spider walk, spider climb, something like that.
Damn Porunga, a damn lizard is showing a dragon up. Wow. No, man, a fake dragon. My bad.
Let's see if
Did
I
you-
can find the proper.
Okay, so quick question: what can Derek do, guys? Or can Derek actually do?
Well, that
Derek
depends.
Behind the enemy, behind the people we're debating against in this system.
What about cutting words? What can my type cutting words on
Well,
there, guys? What can you see from there?
This will be less of a mechanical thing. You guys agreed to a debate, or at the very least, an intellectual discussion. Those of you who are participating, place yourselves down here in the entryway.
Hold up. Let me just do something. Maybe hold up. How about if I could put everybody else to sleep when they try to speak? How about that?
Wait. Okay, I always struggle with this.
I always forget where the fuck Wizzy Lizzie's token.
There we go. I got it.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying.
As you guys walked into the circular room, you are met with the sight of many individuals, students, you presume, of the academy, as well as 4 other notable figures that are sitting in chairs in front of you. At the center of the room lies what appears to be a podium of sorts, where perhaps you might be instructed to walk upon. From left to right, you would notice that the individuals appear to be a rather sort of like mature looking elven individual with really sharp features. he seems to have like kind of this perpetually sort of like narrowed eyes, as almost as if he's judging your every move. The other one appears to be a sort of like very older looking half-orc individual with, you know, like a set of thin rimmed glasses. It looks like he seems quite intellectual despite his otherwise burly appearance. The third one appears to be a female sort of like tiefling with sort of like long white hair and two sort of like horns that almost kind of seems to spiral towards the back end. And the last one appears to be a gnomish individual with this sort of like really wide, sort of like nerdy glasses, you know, that almost kind of seem to be goggles. Perhaps they are goggles. He seems to have like a long white beard that kind of reaches all the way to just below where his pectorals would be. They seem to see you walk in, you know, through like the, you know, like the entryway for all the, you know, for the participants. And they kind of stand up, you know, to kind of do like a very sort of like proper bow to you guys. Before they kind of like look over at you and say, well, the elven individual, the first one that I describe, says, "Welcome to our well, intellectual test of sorts. Allow us to introduce ourselves. My name is Kalkadon. Over there is Master Makaon. The other one is Master Atreya. And over there is Master Kertodos. We are the heads of the Academy of Mytros. And if the information that Master Archimedes has provided to us, as he kind of pulls out like a slip of paper, it seems that you are none other than the so-called, the famed Dawnbringers. The saviors of Tylea, or so we're informed. At this point, the half-orc one speaks up and says, "We expected more of you to be present during this particular debate. Is the rest of your team not joining you?"
They will be in the crowd cheering us on. All of us have our strong suits. Some of our companions are more compatible with combat rather than the knowledge of school and street smarts.
I'm gonna continue standing there menacingly.
I'm gonna levitate my hat on top of Wizard.
I love it.
I have a Monopoly hat. Now it looks smarter.
What's it called?
I have it for a reason, right?
It's a bit of an eyebrow raise from the teachers as they see that, but they just kind of, you know, let it slide. What's it called? The tiefling one speaks up and says, "Well, we are of the belief that, sadly, the art of what you said, what you are referring to as book smarts, is being underutilized nowadays. At a time where many are raring for war, it is very unlikely that they turn to, well, less violent methods to find their answers. To be more introspective, I believe, is a quality that many lack." The gnome speaks up and says, "Which is why the purpose of this debate is not just to, well, give a right or wrong answer, is to, well, see what, how you're able to, shall we say, use your wits, your logic, and, well, anything else that you can to answer a series of queries that we have for you."
I look at our team is stacked. Both of these, Wizzy and me. Okay, I look at our team. Yes, we will do our best.
What's it called? They all kind of look at each other and they sit back down on their, you know, on their chairs. Ooh, the music fucking kicked up there. What's it called? I should probably find some Phoenix Wright fucking music for this. What's it called?
No, we need some like Ace Attorney music.
Yeah,
Like
fucking Ace Attorney.
Law and Order.
Fucking, you know, they all sit down and they kind of look at each other, and Calcadon, the elven individual, says, "Master McCown, why don't you start us off?" And that is where we'll end the session for the time being.
And Derek falls asleep as soon as he say that.
Bo. You and I are gonna have to carry the fuck out of this.
yeah, we are. Jeez.
What do you mean Wizard is smart? What are you talking about? They're being racist.
Yeah, but Wizard doesn't
Animals,
speak common. Wizard doesn't speak common. He just understands it.
Hey, I got my ring. I'm gonna translate.
Yeah,
for
she
him.
can relay.
What's it called? But yes, that is where we end the session, as you guys are getting ready to engage in this debate with with the teachers of the Academy of Mytros.
Like I'm in church again. I'm gonna fall asleep.
Listen, what is gonna blow their mind more than having a fucking giant lizard participate in being knowledgeable in trying to reply, comprehend, and understand what they're talking about? Like, that is such a smart move, it's ridiculous. Because they're all worried about, like, hey, you know, people aren't really worried about book smarts anymore. They just care about, like, physical combat. And then Bo and I are walking in here with a giant-ass lizard that is more intelligent than us. And we're gonna be asking him fucking questions and relaying his replies to them. That's smart.
I mean,
He still
hey,
wants to eat people though. That's the thing. He still wants to eat people.
they are aware that the Awaken spell exists. What's it called? But yeah, you know, you guys are gonna be engaging in a debate. You know, next session. What's it called? And I'm surprised that neither Derek nor Porunga nor Drakgar wanted to be part of the debate.
Are you really though? Are you really surprised?
Well, see,
Really? Yeah. Honestly, I think Derek not participating though is a smart play because he can like wander around the arena from like different angles. And,
it's
like,
not an
use,
arena.
Like,
It's a debate parlor.
No, it's a debate parlor for now.
Uh,
It may become an arena. Laughs in commanding presence. No, I'm just kidding.
You will bow down to us. We will.
Be like,
we will not control this
Where my
world.
intellect fails me, my sword does not. Commanding presence. No, I'm just kidding.
You would just prove everything that they just said.
I know, but it'd just be hilarious.
Well, maybe you guys are smart for one.
Listen, I think Lizzie is the play here because
Lizzie is 100% the play for now.
what's it called? I mean, well, there's some.
Oh, what? They're teaching a fucking lizard?
The reason why I say I'm surprised the three didn't participate is because, well, Derek is a bard, you know, a storyteller, an artiste, you know, someone who uses his words to beguile and influence people.
Every time he talks, it's about the Dragonlords. So are you sure we were going to let him in this?
I mean, hey, who knows? Could be the opposite.
Maybe a Dragonlord.
Porunga
Yeah,
is
yeah.
literally two people in one. You know, who could think of different answers, each of them.
He
You
would,
know?
he would literally be like, "Oh, I remember this one time Esther Arklander," and they're gonna be like, "What?"
No,
You
it would
know?
just be-
I mean, he could just omit the fact that the Starklander lives rent-free in his head. What's it called? And
Is
then,
it rent free though? Are we sure it's rent free?
I mean,
It is
as far as you're aware.
Your Esther is in Porunga.
As far as you're aware. And then Drakgar, who knows? Maybe the perspective of a barbarian is what the academy needs. You know, in these debates. You know. Perhaps they are just overthinking things too much, and they need somebody with a more
smart.
direct approach.
Drac will just get on stage and be like,
in case shit hits the
1v1 me, bro.
What's it called? But you know,
He's gonna walk up to the podium and be like, "Me smash," and break it in half.
And they will interpret that as a form of statement against the establishment. What's it called? Drakgar will be renowned as a modern day philosopher. What's it called? But yes, even though that was a whole lot of shopping, I do hope you guys enjoyed the session. RP sessions tend to be a bit of a mixed bag, but I try to make them as entertaining as I can. What's it called?
We finally got the center of our loot.
I mean, hey, we'll see. Like
I'm
I said,
broke. That's all you guys care for.
I mean, hey, you chose this life. Point is,
I did.
I need to sign us off for the video. For those of you who stuck around and watched all the way till the end, thank you guys for watching, and please continue to watch along the misadventures or adventures of the Dawnbringers. Like, share, subscribe, all the good YouTube stuff, and we will see you guys in the next session of Odyssey of the Dragonlords. Bye-bye.
Bye.